Hey everyone, good to see you. Yeah, I got the date wrong. Can you believe it? Well, what can I say? Because it's supposed to be the 31st, but I forgot to ask them, is it my 31st or their 31st? So for me, it's going to be tomorrow. Anyway, what's up, Shifty Eyes? Good to see you, man. Glad you could make it. I thought because I got up early for this, and, well, I might as well do a little short stream. Why not? This camera is so bad. I don't know what it's really, really bad lighting camera. This really sucks. But yeah, it's good to see you, Shifty. Thank you for coming, man. Glad you could make it. Hope you are doing well. Oh man, nothing planned really. Just thought maybe stream for a little bit because I am up early and struggling with the camera. I'm gonna definitely have to get a new camera, guys. This thing's like rubbish. Hey, Into the Break, good to see you too, man. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate all the support. You guys rock. Really, thank you. You guys are awesome. Okay, so what are we gonna really chat about? Because I mean, I was supposed to be on with Kingdom in Context and Josh Monday on the 31st. Into the Break, I do have Twitter, I don't use it anymore. Just too much rubbish was on there and stuff, so I ended up just, abandoning it. But I do have an account there, but I don't use it anymore. What's up, 2LT? Good to see you, man. Looks like you're trying to travel through the screen. It does, eh? The lighting is at least a bit better if I go like this. There we go. There. Now look like what's that guy from the Wizard of Oz? The mastermind dude. Let's see if we can actually get something we can talk about. I saw a new Simon Dan video. Ooh. Yeah, Flat Earther can't answer simple question. Should be exciting stuff, that video. We'll just get the advert away, because we do not need the advert. Okay, share screen. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna do some Simon Dan, I guess. Which can look better. I swear that way. Nah, I prefer it small. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. Well, anyway, let's see what Simon Dan has to say, because apparently Witsit can't answer a question. Should be interesting.
Hello all and welcome back to the channel. Now I know you all guys want to live in a different world to flat earthers, but pretty soon you might be able to. Scientists say that
Wow, that kind of sounds very bigoted off the hook. You really start to show like, yeah, kind of, it's the same as sort of like saying, hey guys, I'm openly racist. I don't want to live with those people. Yeah, bigots. This is why Simon Dan is not respected by the Flat Earth community, because he is a bigot. Oh, by the way, if you guys want a link to come in and chat, there we go. The link is there if you want to come and chat. It'd be awesome to have you guys in. So, actually, I should put a question up there. Why are these anti-flat earthers such bigots? Why are they so hateful towards flat earth and the truth? I think that should be a question. That should definitely be a question, guys.
blasting glitter into Mars's atmosphere could make it more habitable. Now, Ground News has gathered 18 articles on this story so far. According to these visual breakdowns, coverage is coming from across the political spectrum, and 58% of the sources are rated highly factual, meaning their reporting tends to be less subjective.
That's not supposed to be a good measure of, how can I say, truthfulness anyway. 58%. I mean, if you're trying to be factual and truth, don't you think it should be closer to 100%, not like more fringing and halfway? It's not something to be proud of. But how's that based on facts? No, definitely not facts. Because you can't go and do half the things they claim they need to do to try and make it habitable. This also comes back to when I talk about the Christians and things. If God created us with purposes and stuff, why would he need you to go and change some planet, quote unquote, to make it habitable for people if God didn't make it habitable? It's like that's not why he would need you to do that. If you driver, what's up, man? Good to see you. I glow busters my heart out, literally. It's good to see you guys.
I can even scroll through all the coverage they found with these convenient tags, letting me know which articles are worth my time and which might be more sensationalised. Now, considering mainstream media rarely reports on space and science discoveries, especially without spinning the facts to grab clicks and make money, I continue to partner with Ground News to show an easy solution to the misinformation they can spread.
One thing I've realised with Simon Dan, I don't know if you guys have realised this, all his partnerships that he's doing, he just takes anybody that wants to partner with him. He doesn't actually look at it from, is this valuable for my channel? Does it value my subscribers? To him, I think it's just about the money. So if someone approaches him and says, hey, let's I want to do a collab with you, let's just do it. I mean, even if it's for like, I don't know, a dead leaf outside, he'll try and sell it to you just because they will give him partnership for it. Instead of just saying, hey, is this quality of this dead leaf good or not? Will it actually benefit my audience or myself? No, it's Simon Dan is one of those guys that just take every opportunity he can and sell products that he probably never used in his life before, which is sad. I agree into the break. Darwin was a racist. That's what evolution is about. I agree. Darwin is racist to creationists. I agree. Let's see if we can just go past these idiotic.
But ground reports related to that ground.news.
Ordnance survey video sorted. I've left some mean comments on the Creaky Blinders new video.
Okay.
And I've played GeoGuessr for 9 hours.
Yeah, I agree. Exactly. He lays out flat and lets everybody come on him. He has no purpose to stand, rather take money. That's about it. I 100% agree. And by the way, I have to shout out Jeremy Bird. Thank you very much for your PayPal, mate. You rock. I'll give you a proper shout out on tonight's stream. But I really appreciate the support. You rock, Jeremy Bird. Woohoo!
I should be training for that ultra marathon, but I've got to write, record, film and edit an episode of Flat Earth Friday by tomorrow. I know they said emergencies only after last time, but I'm Simon Dan. No one tells me what to do.
Oh no, it's got... Oh.
Useless human. Next time I tell you to clean that gauntlet, I'm housing.
Oh, can I point out quickly, guys? Craig, I know you're trying to make this look like a futuristic armband thing, but couldn't you have put a covering over those lights, those LED lights that you got inside there? The little Christmas lights you got in there isn't really helping. It's showing it's just an idiotic prop. Really made cheaply, by the way. Yeah, Jeremy Board is always supporting. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Again, you rock. Appreciate everybody that supports this channel, by the way, financially. And just by hitting the likes and sharing as well really does help the channel. So you guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Man. If you might want to really look at doing some better props there. Although I do give it up to him, he does take a lot of pride and effort in his editing stuff. I don't have time for that. I've got a job and a family, so I really don't have time for that. But hey, if he does, good for him.
But
Do a better job.
pal, I did. I wiped it down and everything.
Give it a proper scrub. It smells like moldy cheese on your wrist. Oi! I didn't say
Good FTFE. I'm a little busy, so I'm going to give you the honour of writing another Flat Earth Friday again.
I did not give you permission to leave.
Man, this is just... Can't get to the actual video. Anyway, Riley, thank you for being here as well, man. He says, Darwin calls the inhabitants of Terra del Fuego stupid and primitive. Essentially refers to most people as Indians. Ooh. So he is very... not into Indians. I think a lot of people in history, though, were not very friendly, and a lot of them were kind of psychopathic and narcissists, to be honest. Savage Indians, that is exactly right. That's what he said. But if you look at history and you look through a lot of people that pushes historical views and whatever, they were not normal people. Yeah, it's quite sad. I hope this cringe port stops so we can actually get to the actual argument they're trying to present. I mean, it's almost 3 minutes long and I haven't actually got to the video yet. The flat earther can't answer a simple question. Just, get to it so people can actually want to watch your content. Because at the moment, all we're watching is a really idiotic play, I would say, which is boring. And then if I didn't have to have a reason to watch this, I would have clicked off ages ago because it's boring.
But
Do you think you are leaving?
Okay, let's forward it to
it hurts me quite a lot every time.
Okay, get to the actual.
Why are you leaving in the middle of me talking, Fight? That's rude. Anyway, if you write the script, what... Hey!
Stop now. This is it.
Okay, good. Anyway, I'm off to do a light 50-mile jog, and when I get back, that video better be ready for Flat Earth Friday, or you won't be getting your yearly bonus from NASA. I'll send you back to get started.
In other words, guys, they wasted 4 minutes of his video to introduce a video. Why? Oh, why? Does anybody even watch this if it takes 4 minutes to introduce your video? I mean, last time I checked, if you have a video and you want to actually have something, you're supposed to have a hook, which he didn't. He started off with, let me sell a product I probably don't even use myself. And then showing cringe FTFE coming in and out the whole time. And then eventually they get to a video. I mean, if no one knows who these people are, they'll just say, bye. Really weird. What's up, Jono? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming as well. That is so true as well. I have to put this up. Yeah, that's practically his audience in a nutshell. I agree.
Port's not working, and I need to do that 50-mile jog, so just use my set. Just be done by the time I'm back and run the vacuum round as well while you're at it.
Video.
I'm off.
Okay.
Job that Austin Witsit embarrassed himself in that debate against Professor Dave. The Flat Earth cult think that Austin's smart, and he's been hailed as the Flat Earth debating champion.
Nope. Definitely not. Who's hailed Witsit as this Flat Earth debating champion, guys? Who took part in this poll, this vote? I don't think Witsit's bad with debating, though. But I don't think he's the champion, so I don't know what this guy's on about. Kind of weird. Their audience loves it. It shows you the kind of audience he has if they love that real idiotic, stupid, childish stuff. But hey, everyone's got different taste, I guess.
He even says this about himself.
I think I've done pretty well in the debates, and typically the opponents are not all that worthy, humbly.
I think I am actually humble. I think I'm much more humble than you would understand.
But I'm going to show you why he is in fact the worst Flat Earth debater ever for today's Flat Earth Friday.
Oh, saved by Restream Edward. By the way, guys, I use Restream, so not bad. I like Restream.
I feel weird.
There we go.
Hey, I'm FTFE. Welcome to Flat Earth Friday.
And then they get into 5 minutes, and now he starts introducing himself, which he should have done ages ago as well. This is such a mix mash of desperation here. Really weird. And yeah, Dave just did what he usually did. Word salad. You're just saying word salad. Here's my bottle of ranch dressing. Dave is an embarrassment to the community, you guys. Well, the Globers are so dumb they don't see Dave as an embarrassment, but they should. They should see him as embarrassment because the guy never has any arguments other than insulting and showing that he doesn't even understand half the things he tries and talks about. So if I was a Globe, I'd be embarrassed by not a Professor Dave.
You can normally find me over on my channel attempting to teach grown adults what up and down is during Flat Earth debates, but today I've been forced against my will to cover for Dan. So Austin Witsit, he's a flat earther that insists he's smarter than me, that he's smarter than you, frankly smarter than Einstein. Recently he debated Professor Dave and well, it didn't go well for him.
Wait, my question is, does...
Yum.
Oh, that's not a good start for showing your Professor Dave as intelligent, man, and this brilliant guy, showing on screen, starting off with yum 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 with my ranch yum 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 yum. That's not a good look for Dave, man.
Like at all. One of the best debunks of Flat Earth is a very simple fact. It's the fact that in the north, the stars rotate counterclockwise around Polaris, and in the south they rotate clockwise around an area near the Southern Cross.
Okay, I'm going to say this again, Mr. FTFE. The stars only move in one direction. They always travel from east to west. If you're standing and you are facing north, the stars appear to go right to left or clockwise. This is due to its movement and your location to see the movement of the stars. Now, if you go and turn around and you face southward, those same eastwardly moving stars are now seeming to go from your left to right. Still same direction, they just seem to go left to right. Now they are seeming to go anti-clockwise. It's position relative. It's not actual. And this has been explained to you like the numpty you are many, many times. Hey, Roger Ledwell, good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. There's the link again if anybody wants to pop in.
Professor Dave explained it like this.
Number one, the observations of the stars. In the northern hemisphere, the stars rotate counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise. This makes absolutely no sense on the pizza land. Why would the sky be rotating in opposite directions?
Okay, first of all, been addressed already many, many times. Why are you taking a straw man pizza disc in space where we don't push the pizza disc in space? Whoever said also the stars are rotating as a flat disc above our heads like you got depicted on screen? Dave Farina, once again showing you are total chuff nuggets and all you do is straw man people. Yeah.
It's just depending on where you're standing. Also, why can't we all see the same stars? If you have a line of sight to a star, you should be able to see it.
Also, understanding you don't know that there's a thing called limit of vision. People cannot see forever, and angles compress into the distance. This is called perspective, Dave Farina. Been explained many times before as well. So I don't know if you actually have a idea why FTFE will bring such an idiotic argument as the best flat earth debunk ever, when this is literally child stuff. And this is the reason why I don't debate these guys anymore, guys, because it's literally like you are talking to some very, 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 wait, let me say again, very retarded people, because they are so slow that 10 years will pass before they realize that the sun passed past them once. That's how slow they are. You can regurgitate the same argument over and over. It literally gets to this ear, doesn't even pass in through the other ear. It gets here and just moves away because it sees there's nothing in there. Yeah. They are really, really slow.
Both of these make perfect sense on a rotating sphere. You have two.
Yeah. Show a guy upside down on a globe with another guy standing upright on a globe, spinning around on a natural violating space ball. That makes so much more sense than showing people standing with the same orientation on a motionless stationary plane where the stars and the sun and things move around it. Yeah, much more sense.
Celestial poles, and the Earth is rotating, and then we can't see through the Earth. That's why you can't see certain stars. So in the north, can't see Southern Cross. In the south, can't see Polaris.
Simple, right?
Yeah, you guys are simple. I know why you can't see. Has anybody ever tried scuba diving before or snorkeling? What happens when you try and see very far away? It's difficult. Especially, let's say the water's murky. It makes it even harder to see further. Now, let's take it into outside the water. Let's say you are in an open field. Beautiful. You can see now fog comes in. Can you see further? No. How if the density of the fog changes, you can see even less. Now, let's just say we go outside and we have a clear day. And something is 100 kilometers away. Great, you can see it. But now, in between that 100 kilometers away, somewhere, your angle has changed so much that there's a mountain peak in the way, or a tree in the eye line level, or clouds, rain, dust. Heck, even some light dispersion problems. There are things what we call optical phenomena which limit your field of view. This means why you don't see a plane in the sky 200 kilometers away from you, Mr. FT. Most of the time, because I got mountains surrounding me, I can't see a plane in the sky for more than maybe 10 kilometers away from me. Yeah. Not because of Earth curve, but because things are limited in your field of view. These guys are really slow.
That's exactly what we expect on the globe. Look at this demonstration. Using solar system scope, you stand in the northern hemisphere, and whichever way you look, the stars rotate counterclockwise around Polaris, even at the equator.
You know what's funny about that, Mr. FTFE? They use a model that's based on a planetarium. You do know a planetarium is a flat base with a hemispheric dome around it, just like the flat Earth would be. So he's using a model that's actually based on flat Earth, guys, and saying, look, it works, by saying flat Earth doesn't work. Can anybody spell out ID10T? Oh, these guys are clowns.
Looking north, all the stars rotate around Polaris, and in the southern hemisphere, the stars rotate the opposite way, around an entirely different set of stars.
Yeah, and what has that got to do with anything? Let me take another analogy. you got a car. You got forward wheels, the front wheels, and you got the rear wheels. The rear wheels turn around its axis. The front wheels turn around its axis. It's on the same car. Let's make ourselves now minute, and we stand in the middle of that car underneath and look at the car driving. So we're facing the forward wheels by being in the middle of the car now. Remember, we're minute in the bottom of the car. And hey, Luca, what's up, man? And then I'm just going to quickly explain this quickly, then I'll introduce you in. And then we're looking as the car is driving forward, watching the forward wheels spinning that way. Now we turn around and look at the back wheels. Now the wheels look like they're coming towards us, where we turn around again and it looks like it's turning away from us. Same difference, man. Same difference. What's up, Luca? How's it going?
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good.
That's-
Good. I've got a question for you. I got a question for
Yeah?
you. How does it feel to be part of such a dumb community?
They're not dumb.
No. I'm sorry. They don't. These guys are dumb. These guys are not what we would call. It surprises me they're literate enough to be able to tie their own shoelaces. Dumb.
They would say the same about you, but
Well, of course they would say that, but the difference is between them and us is they don't actually have anything to rebut us other than just no, and say we're stupid, where we actually give a reason why they're stupid, just like I'm doing with the stream right now, showing the reason this guy is dumb.
Yeah, but if you hold out your hand in front of you and draw like a half circle, it's like anti-clockwise or clockwise, and then you turn around and then you do the exact same thing, it's still going to be anti-clockwise.
No, but you're busy showing the hokey pokey. If you turn around, do the hokey pokey.
There'd be no reason for the stars to change directions.
They do. We've explained this. I've explained it now many times as well. What's up, Roger? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. How are we doing this morning?
So it's late there because the only reason we're having the stream now is because I got the date wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be.
That's what I wanted to ask, right?
I stood up early because it's the 31st, but I thought it was my 31st of August, not their 31st of August. So I have to wake up early tomorrow morning again for this.
Nice. Well, I'll see you tomorrow too.
Yeah. So I thought it was my 31st. I should have asked that.
Yeah, but if you take your hand and make a half circle using your left hand in front of your face going anti-clockwise or clockwise, and then you turn around and do the exact same thing with the same hand going anti-clockwise again, it's still going to be anti-clockwise.
It's always it's always east to west, but it shows anti-clockwise one way, clockwise the other way because it's position relative.
Yeah, but you said all you'd need to do is turn around.
Yeah.
And that would show the stars going in the opposite direction.
Always east to west, mate. Always east to west.
But
it would be
turning around doesn't show the stars going in the opposite direction there.
Gonna bring out the Sean Hawkins' favorite program. Okay. Let's do this. A circle, like you said. Sorry?
I'm quiet as a mouse when I'm on. I never make any background noise, ever.
Never. Okay, anyway. We're going to say like this, Luca.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that is now clockwise.
Yeah, okay. I follow you. Okay.
Okay. Now, we're standing looking this way. which way is the stars now rotating?
Well, I can't see the. Where did you draw?
Okay, let me do it here. I'll put it inside. Let's do it this way. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Which way is the stars now rotating?
Clockwise, right?
Clockwise. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So the stars appear to be going that way.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll put it like this to say the stars going that way. Now.
Okay, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're standing looking this way. Which way are the stars appearing to move to him now?
That'd be appearing to go. Let's see. Stars going this way, and then come back. That'd be going counterclockwise.
So just turning around.
Wait. No, the stars are going like this, clockwise. Then you turn around and no, they'd be going clockwise. Still.
Nope. Where are they going clockwise?
Well, the only way you get the stars to go from clockwise to counterclockwise.
I think you're missing the point here. Okay, let's do it this way. Let's make it more three-dimensional for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That would help.
Imagine this is the sky that we're looking up now.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Let's imagine this is the sky, and it's glittered in stars. And we're standing now in the quote-unquote equator, looking at the stars moving from our east to west. Like that.
Okay.
So we're now looking head up. This is like if we're just looking straight ahead. So our head is tilted 90 degrees up. Understand?
Oh, looking straight up.
Yeah. So we see it going. So we see the stars moving that way because this is east. This is west.
You don't want to look straight across, not directly up.
We're looking directly up.
Okay.
Lay down on the ground, Luca. You're looking up.
We're on the ground, standing with our feet flat on the ground, looking straight up.
Okay.
If we understand where we're looking this way, it would be northward. If we're looking this way, it'd be southward. Okay. So what happens now when you move far enough north, looking straight up?
If you
they would still be moving the same, correct? Still just be moving this way.
Yeah. There'd be no reason for it to change direction.
Okay. Now we go far enough south. Which way would they be moving? Still this way?
Well, no, because
Yes, always be that way. It's always east to west.
Yeah, but on a globe, if you were to the northern and southern parts of the Earth experience different rotations of the stars.
I'm making a three-dimensional for you. Remember, now we've gone far enough to the north that you only see the northern stars, east to west. Just in the equator, just east to west, just south, just east to west. Now, let's say we are on the equator, quote unquote, and we are able to see some northerly stars and some southerly stars. You would understand they make some kind of bow.
That'd be like, because you're
like
on the equator, that if you look out towards the south, that'd be rotating in one direction. If you look out towards the north, that'd be rotating in the other direction.
Yeah, you just turned around.
I think.
So do you understand what I'm showing there? So they kind of arch away southward and they kind of arch away northwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be how it is at the equator.
Great. So, can you see in the north the direction is clockwise. Correct?
All right. Yeah.
Nice penmanship.
Okay, now I'm going to take this whole thing.
Flip it over.
I'm going to flip it over, yeah. Let's see if we can flip it over. How do you... There we go. There. Now we're looking south. Is it still going clockwise?
Yes.
Notice that this is based on your globe, mate.
What?
It's based on your globe.
Well, you've just said it's north and you've just said we're looking from
It's because you
north
don't
and
understand
now-
what east and west is. This is my whole thing. You guys can't think three-dimensionally. Now,
okay,
what happens... Whoa. I'm going to have to flip it again. You know why? I'm going to do it. Flip. Because we've now done this, but... Wait, I'm just going to think again. North, east, south. Yeah, we have to flip it again. Because east will be on our left now, not our right, correct?
Yeah?
So therefore, does it still go clockwise?
No.
It goes anti-clockwise.
Uh-huh.
Just like we see in reality, correct?
We see the stars. If... Okay, if... I think I see the confusion here.
So remember, when we're looking north, east is on our right
you
side.
Are,
when we're
because
looking
you are
south,
absolutely
no,
correct,
listen.
right?
When we look north, east is on our right side. When we look south, east is on our left side. This is for flat and globe, by the way. So it changes the direction.
Yeah. But you would be absolutely correct if you were to go to the other side of the stars and look in the opposite direction. They would appear to be rotating in, well, the opposite direction, right?
But yeah, because it's not physically rotating in the opposite. Okay, this is another question. Is it physically rotating in the opposite direction, or is it only appearing to?
It's appearing to.
So it's an optical illusion.
Well, it's appearing to because
it's an optical illusion based on your perception, on the direction you are looking to the moving stars.
It's just like when we are standing. If we were to physically go light years away, like light years, to behind the stars, then yes, they would appear to be rotating in the opposite direction. Because we are now on the other side of the stars. Yes, that's 100% correct.
You can stand on the same where you are, doesn't matter where you are, you can literally just turn around and the same stars you saw moving clockwise will look anti-clockwise. It's position relative, man.
It's just like looking at a clock.
Okay, let me put it this way. If you're standing and let's say you got a pole on your right and it's a red pole marked east. You got a pole on your left and it's a yellow pole marked west.
Okay.
You physically turn around, you now have the yellow pole, which is west, and you got on your left side, and you got the right pole, which is physically the east, in your left side. You took a 180. Do you understand? You physically turned your body around.
Yeah, I turned around.
Did it now change east and west, or did it just change your body orientation?
Wouldn't east be...
East is always east. West is always west.
Always
it doesn't
west.
matter which way you are orientated. Your body orientation is not going to dictate what east and west is. It's a cardinal direction.
Yes, east will always be east, no matter which way you're facing, right?
But if you're facing north, east is always on your right. If you're facing south, east is always on your left.
Uh-huh.
So the same with the stars. They're always moving east to west. Doesn't matter where you go. It's your orientation that gives that rotation its direction of clockwise or anti-clockwise. Therefore, the globe argument is really idiotic and should be laid to rest, because it is as dumb as expecting a chicken to have teeth.
No rebuttal?
Rod, you
All
want to say
right.
something?
No. Me?
I need to think.
You get colored poles, Luca. Two different, so you're not lost. You get two different colors, east, west.
No,
But now you understand why we're saying the globers are dumb, Luca.
You can. I'm trying to think. Okay, you can carry on. I'll mute myself and think about how to phrase this better.
Okay.
This is, of course, because the Earth is a globe and all the stars are really, really, really far away.
And you see, this is why I say they are really, 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 really slow. Really slow.
Yeah.
Because did you see his argument now? Oh, it moves this way. Why? Because globe. That's his argument. Because globe. He hasn't debunked anything, hasn't actually presented anything to debunk a flat Earth. He just literally just makes a declaration. Because globe.
I can't blame FTE. He was taught this, man.
No, but you understand my issue with this. I just explained to you very concisely why it works. Okay? What has FTFE done? Oh, look, I can move a program on the screen, which is based on a flat Earth, by the way, because it's it's projection based on a planetarium, which uses a flat baseline with a hemispheric dome, which is flat Earth, and then claims, look, it's moving east to west and west. East to west, it's showing a rotation of clockwise and anti-clockwise, therefore globe. But he hasn't debunked anything other than making a declaration, because globe, while showing a model based on flat Earth.
Well, all their models are based on the flat Earth, correct? From what I can tell.
But Austin Witsit is a flat earther, and flat earthers are all idiots. So this,
and that comes back to my thing I said earlier. What did I say? Is always the rebuttal, Luca? Oh, he's a flat earther. He's an idiot. So therefore, globe.
Well, like I said before, well, yeah, we say the same. We say the same things that you say about us.
Yeah, but we give a reason. Like I just explained, we give a reason why I call the guy an idiot. He doesn't give a reason. He just says, "Oh, look, idiot, globe."
No, they give reasons. Yeah.
Well, what's his reason here?
Yeah, what's his reason here?
Didn't he say? He explained it. This is Simon Stan's tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to take his spot.
This is on holiday or something.
Yeah, he had to go running because Simon Dan doesn't find it important enough to go and run in his off time, so he gets other people to make videos for him. Yeah.
Well, it gets.
Well, it's a brotherhood,
Yeah. Yeah, I was up at 5:30 this morning for the 6 a.m. show, all because I got the date. I didn't get the date wrong. I thought when they said 31st, I thought it was my 31st. No, it's their 31st. So tomorrow I'm up early again. It's okay. I'm used to getting up early anyway. I mean, I'm always up at 5 anyway every day, so it's not gonna bother me. Hey, Mike, Jam, what's up, man?
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, he dropped out.
Oh, well, yeah. What I'm trying to say, if you stand exactly where you are on any point of Earth and don't move, just turn around, the stars will always be appearing to rotate in the same direction on a flat Earth, right?
No,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
no,
They will.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. Yes.
no.
But have you looked?
I just showed you. I just literally drew it on paint for you.
Here's an observational experiment.
Yes, there's actual
Just
demonstrations for this.
do it.
You know what? I
You know?
actually did a Coriolis video a long, long time ago. Maybe I can find it.
Hi, Sword.
Where
Can
I
you hear me?
taped a phone to a ceiling fan.
We hear you.
Yeah, how's it going, man? I'm
Hello.
gonna
I met his
actually get
brother
that one with
yesterday.
I'm gonna get that old video of mine with the ceiling fan. It's an actual demonstration.
Yeah,
I got a
and-
phone on a ceiling fan turning, and I got a phone on the table looking up at the ceiling fan. And then I want you to look at it. Okay.
I'm getting tired of looking at Craig, anyways.
And that ceiling fan will always be spinning in the same direction no matter where you're facing.
Even my mic is giving up on this. You see, even though. Oh man. No, sit. I'm sorry to tell you this, Luca, but my 8-year-old daughter sitting next to me, and she understands this. If I can find it, it's such an old video. Which one is it? There's one where I was explaining Coriolis.
Sorry, I'm with the majority on this one. Wait, is that a good thing?
Okay, I don't know. I can't find the video right now. Coriolis, the wind, hot topic. But yeah, at the end of the day, Luca, you're making a point where you say the globies are very, very slow when it comes to the arguments. There is no argument from the globe side. All there is let's insult and declare globe. That's it. And it's always usually based on incredulity and willful ignorance.
Well, we say the same thing about you guys, though.
Prove it. Go ahead.
Just look at the stars.
I just showed you the stars, and I explained it to you on a flat Earth and a globe.
If you let's try where are you? Southern Africa, right? That would be. Is that Northern Hemisphere or Southern Hemisphere? It's
South.
probably close,
Southern.
right?
South.
He's way south.
Fair enough.
I'm closer up. I'm closer up to the northern side though, but I am south.
Yeah. I knew it was really close to the equator.
I'm like at the top edge of South Africa, of the northern side of South
Alright.
Africa.
So you
I'm like
probably-
literally next to like the rest of the countries of Africa itself.
So, at the equator, you see the turning around wood should start rotating in different directions.
Let's just put it this way: I can travel to Botswana and Namibia quite easily if I wanted to.
But if you go further north or further south, if you just stand still and look in different directions, the stars will rotate in the same direction, no matter where you look.
There's a question for you, Luca, from Riley. Please ask Luca how much Polaris veers in the sky.
Well, Polaris is directly about 90 degrees up. If you stand directly below Polaris, or what are you saying?
It doesn't.
Sky
It
where?
stays where it is.
It hasn't moved in
Yeah,
a
it
long
stays
time.
where it is, basically, yeah.
So yeah, okay. Let's get on with Craig.
This was his response.
I'm asking you on
Yeah.
your flat plane, explain the observations of the celestial sphere. In the north, you get counterclockwise rotation. In the south, you get
Uh-huh.
clockwise rotation.
That's what we
Explain
were
that
talking
to me on your default flat plane. Explain it.
Yeah, so the counterclockwise and clockwise direction is super simple. It's based on looking different directions. Your better question is why does it go around a singular point, is what you're trying to say.
No.
He just answered. He just answered. What's the thing? Flat Earther can't answer a simple question. He literally just answered him. When he opened his mouth, you know those things coming out those words, blah blah blah, coming out of his mouth. That's called an answer.
Yeah, but he didn't answer the question.
He did. The question was, how does it work? He says, it is based on your position, looking towards the star. That
But
is
he
called
gives
an
a better.
answer.
He gives a
Wait,
better
wait,
answer.
did he answer him, or is it just he didn't accept his answer?
He answered him, but the answer was simplified.
But he answered him. So, in other words, this what's in the title of the video then is lying.
Yeah, but Dave didn't
To be fair,
understand it.
Dave is really stupid, so he doesn't understand words coming out of people's mouths.
No, I'd say he didn't understand it for a different reason, but that's just
No,
me.
I think he
But
doesn't understand it because he usually works on a script, and that's why when he has debates, he totally freaks out like he does because he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Oh,
But
Lucas
if
is
you
here.
play it a bit more,
Yes.
Austin does give a better
Oh,
answer.
welcome.
Yeah, Jam, what you say?
I said Lucas is here.
Yeah, Lucas is here. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Welcome.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi together.
let's. I'm thinking real hard, Luca. Think about like if you're like God and you're above all the stars in the earth, right? And you're looking down. There's these center points where the stars actually rotate around.
Uh-huh.
Now, can you picture it? Right? They're all still
Yeah.
going east to west, right? But if you turn around and you look at it from the southerly point, it's going to be going what direction? Appear to you?
If God teleported to the ground from where he is, the stars would appear to be rotating in the opposite direction.
Luca, can I ask you a
I'm
question?
talking about from God's view down. What does it look like to him?
If depending on where God is originally, is he?
Let's put him above the equator, and he's looking down at the stars and the earth.
Okay, he's looking. I mean, the stars are quite far away. So would you put him above the equator, like light years away?
Light years away. No, look, we don't believe that.
We
And that's
don't
not
think in
ever
the
been
right
proven.
years.
Yeah. So
Well-
just think about it. He's above all of it, and he's looking down on
Okay.
it and watching the stars rotate.
He's above all of it. Okay, I understand. So using that, the stars would rotate counterclockwise.
All of them,
If
depending on what direction he's looking, right?
Let's do it this way. This is Luca. He's like explaining it. Have you ever seen I can see the thing in my head. I can't think of the name. A vinyl. You know, the old vinyls that spin.
we have one actually.
45.
Now
I have
take
one,
take a chair, high chair, and stand above it and look down as it's turning. Okay, it's turning clockwise.
Yes.
Now go the other way. Stand on the opposite direction and do the same. Which way is it turning?
Counterclockwise, right?
Still going to clockwise.
Clockwise, my bad, yes.
It's always going the same direction.
Yes.
That's Roger's.
And it has a center point, right?
Yeah. The north is in the
East
middle.
hemisphere.
Flatzoid, you had some sleep, yes? Not much, I think, huh?
Look, Austin is absolutely correct. But in this real life situation, you cannot get to the other side of the stars. It's impossible. Because you're always going to remain on Earth,
How you
looking at
gonna
the
know
stars
that?
Yeah, and
from
on
Earth.
Earth is why, and that's what our point. And because we are on Earth, we are able to see the different rotational points because it's location based. Where you are on Earth.
No,
Yes.
you're always. It's like Austin's house
Lucas,
example with the
what do you
window.
think
You
stars
draw
are in
a
your
circle on the
belief?
window, right, with your finger, and the person inside the house would see you rotating that circle counterclockwise.
Jam wants to
But the
ask you a question.
person, but the
Sorry,
person
sorry,
outside
Luca.
the house
But
would
what
see
in
the
your
person rotating
what
Luca,
in your
Jam wants to
belief?
ask you a question, mate.
Luca, sorry,
What?
just here for a minute. What in your belief are stars?
He's asking
I'll turn up the volume.
your
What?
belief system.
He wants to know what
What in your
stars are.
belief system are stars?
Belief system
Yeah, what you
stars.
believe are stars.
What?
What do you
What?
In
believe
your belief
stars are?
system.
Yeah,
What are stars, Luca, according to you?
According to they like gas balls, whatever, nuclear fusion balls, I guess.
how you gonna know? I just can say they are lights in the sky, and they look pretty cool when you look at them. But
I mean, that's a.
more I can't say, in my belief, yeah, Luca.
I mean, that's an.
And they are turning around us.
Hey, look, I'm going to strongman your argument right quick. Stars are actually suns, and they have solar systems. Some of them do, some of them don't.
Sure.
In his belief system, they're actually nuclear furnaces that
Uh-huh.
occurred during the Big Bang, and that, according to you guys, they're born daily.
Well,
for some reason, I don't know.
Because they go supernova.
Yes,
Supernova.
And they create
not-
gravity
not-
wells, and yeah.
Not all
But-
of the stars were born out of the Big Bang.
Ah,
Some were created from when stars eventually burn out and explode and create other stars.
but when I explode something, mostly it's gonna crash or it's not gonna born something out of a explosion. In my thinking.
Well, nothing's ever came from an explosion to begin with. Nothing's ever been cohesive and created something. It's never been recreated.
The explosions created from supernovas are really big.
How you gonna know that, Luca?
I think humans have
No,
experienced
because
one
we're
supernova.
programmed, Luca. We all were programmed. But we take a deeper look at it and we changed our minds.
Oh.
And
So you-
I know you, Luca. You were really I like you, Luca, because I saw you often on Sof, and Sof really tried hard jobs on you, yes. And you debate. It's like we can't change you, you know. You don't you fall into it because Sof really tried. You know, you argument a lot with Soul Unchained Mind, Lucas. You remember?
I have a question. Because of his name, Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind.
Yeah.
Is he would he be classed as a sovereign citizen?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't believe a citizen can be sovereign because it's under rule. A sovereign mind would be somebody who has no rulers or rules. That's a sovereign mind. He dictates his own rules. So he's making fun of the idea in his name.
Ah, okay.
Okay, let's go back to your stars. What fuels these stars in a vacuum? That's what I want to know. How do they maintain their energy and create light?
Well,
What's the cause of that?
lots of burning gas, right?
Yeah, what started the
Constant
fire? Let's put
burning.
it that way.
It's not really a fire. It's a nuclear fusion kind of chemical
Oh,
reaction
a nuclear
thing.
fusion chemical.
Nuclear furnace, like you said, nuclear furnace would be a
Yeah, I'm aware of
yeah.
how it works. Fission, fusion, both nuclear reactions work. I understand that. I'm not a nuclear physicist of any kind. My dad actually helped put together nuclear power plants for about 10 years while I was a kid. He worked for
Yeah.
Westinghouse, so I
But you guys
understand how
just have
that
to
works.
understand there's a difference between fission and fusion.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you think, Luca, that this fusion or this how they say atoms or these
It's
lights travels
because of
about
the
light
high
years
pressure.
to us, and you see
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah.
see the light in the star, in the sky.
How does that
You
work in
could
a vacuum, Luca? That's what I want. I'm going to ask that question. How do you get the high pressure?
they fuse the atoms together.
Okay, so but how does it
How do
maintain
they
that
fuse
pressure?
the atoms together, though?
The atoms are under great pressure and are squeezed together.
So,
That's how
and
they
how did they do this, Luca?
And how do you know it?
they are under great pressure, so they are literally just squeezed together at high
Yeah,
pressure.
that's what I want to know. How did they squeeze it under pressure so much?
Well, if hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. I'm a bit sick, so I'm a bit coffee
That's no
at the
problem.
moment.
Yeah, I heard they upped the chemtrails in your neighborhood just
Of
recently.
course, you're a Glober. Sorry, Lucas, it's not that meaning. But
They actually did.
just a
They
joke.
started spraying more. Sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
Sorry.
So what was it? How they squeeze together or something?
Huh?
Gravity.
How do they get them under
right?
that much pressure?
Gravity.
I
Right?
just
Gravity. It's massive gravity. So
massive.
yeah, the sun's very massive, so it creates a lot of gravity. So
Like the moon
star's
make the
own
tides
weight,
and the shit, no?
right?
Have you ever seen?
The star's weight is it creates extreme pressure, right?
Well, they have to have mass, right? So that the gases that are bonded together create a heavy mass, a very heavy mass in a vacuum. I'm just asking, how does that happen?
Gas planets.
What,
No,
what
I'm
do you
talking
mean?
about stars. Well, you
How are
said
stars?
you said they're under pressure, extreme
Under
pressure.
pressure.
They're bonded together. Yes. Okay. Now, how does that happen in a vacuum?
What do you mean?
Well, how do they get the extreme pressure?
Gravity.
Hey, CB,
Gravity.
what's up, man?
Gravity.
Yo. I just had a question for Luca
Massive-
here about solar system formation.
Yes, please ask.
Yeah. So, like, if we take it back, in the globe formation, heliocentric formation, right? You have some seed that picks up gravity over time, or picks up mass and increases its gravity over time. But, like, if you play that out in your mind, right? Like, let's imagine there's like a 1D field of particles, right? How does each particle not form its own sun? Like, why do we not see a multi-sun, like hundreds, thousands of suns at any given point, right? Why is it that one particular point picks up more mass than all the other masses? if we want to say that each, like let's say you had like 1,000 iridium particles sprinkled throughout a solar system, right? Why is it that we don't see 1,000 different suns? Do you have any answer for that?
There's quite a lot of suns, but there's quite a lot of suns in the solar system, but the reason why...
No, I mean, like,
not
why don't we
now.
see, we see like 1 or 2 sun systems, but we don't see 10, 12, 14, 15 sun systems. Why is that?
The reason for that would be, well, because what was your original question was if we have lots, why don't they form their own suns? Well, it's because
Well, if we follow the like accretion disk formula, right?
It's because of each of them would get pulled to each other
Yeah,
at the
okay,
same time.
that's a gravity shit. Okay, Luca, but see it in this. You know how you make a vacuum on the Earth, how you build a vacuum, how you make a vacuum. You know how it's been done, or
Yeah,
no?
black holes are very
You
dense.
have to have a closed system, and then you pump the air out, no? That's the way. That's
Black
the
holes
way
are
a vacuum is built. So how can you have a space, a vacuum in your space belief next to a normal pressure system without the container, without the barrier?
You even need a container for a light bulb to actually burn an element in. So
Yeah, but I just want to take him away from the space shit, you know?
Oh.
That is just.
Are you asking how black holes are formed or what?
I don't think we've ever seen it.
No.
It's because well, they collapse, right? It's when stars collapse under their own gravity, right? They get super dense, and then they form a black hole.
A black hole,
That's a
they
simplified.
suck everything in and the whole time, the whole day.
We've never been able to replicate this, and even like I think it's fission reactors, they have to put them in a magnetic field to keep them.
And really,
working still.
Lucas, so many people tried.
I'd like to correct something. It's not that black holes. If you were to replace our sun with a black hole of the same size, and of the same size, it's not that we wouldn't really get sucked into it, because black holes don't really.
We don't see black holes,
suck.
Luca. I said this last time as well. We don't see black holes. There's no such thing as black holes observed. I said this to Planet Walk as well.
Well, what is the definition that he gives of a black hole? What is in your mind? What is a black hole?
Super dense collapsed stars, I guess.
Yeah, okay, but what is the purveying theory on like how it treats light? What does light do around it? What would you say?
Light can't escape a black hole.
Can't.
Okay, so what does that mean for seeing? How does that impact our seeing?
We wouldn't really be able to. If we looked out in space, it would just be a pitch black.
You see how the heliocentric model combats this idea is they take the event horizon. That's the last known place you are able to see the light before it gets sucked into the black hole. So they say, you see, this is pitch black here, so that's for a black hole, and because you see around it there's some light, therefore that light piece is the event horizon, therefore black hole. You don't observe anything. They just make shit up. That's it.
They have no way to verify this, really. It's just
and you do know, because you have so-called black holes in your paradigm, you need things called white holes. You have to have a white hole. So if you can prove your wormholes for us, then go ahead.
Then you
Because
have your black matter
once
and your black
once
dust. And
anything crosses the event horizon, it gets pulled in with no way out.
you know,
It,
Luca,
it was
we
definitely
don't need to. We can't
That's
explain it. Nobody can explain such things like you explain it now. This is the problem at your Globus, you know. Have you ever seen a black hole? Have you ever watched it? Have you ever looked
is it
how it acts? No,
is
you
it
can't.
because
You
is it
just
because
can't look in the sky and see some very nice lights, no, in the night, Lucas. That's
I
all
mean
you can
it's very
say.
far away, so you probably wouldn't be able to see it since it's black hole and it's very far away.
But you agree with
You
me when you
Wait,
look
wait,
in
wait,
the
wait. Is
sky,
that
they are
hypocritical
just
there?
okay.
Don't you guys think that's hypocritical there? Because you're saying it's so far away you shouldn't see it. But if you guys claim flat Earth, you should say, but if it's flat Earth, you should see forever. But now you contradict that because you're saying it's so far away you shouldn't see it.
well,
How's
the
that?
angular
Why on a flat
resolution.
Earth? Why on a flat Earth you should claim we should see things just because it's flat, but on your globe you have limitations to what you can see.
Correction. I have changed my mind kind of on that because you are correct. The angular resolution, if you were to look at Mount Everest from where you are right now,
Sorry,
if you're
Flo, you
nowhere near
don't
Mount Everest,
change much
would
your
be
mind.
way too
So
small to see it. So yeah, you're right. You wouldn't be able to see infinitely see things on a flat Earth that are on the other side of the Earth, basically. You wouldn't be able to see it because of the angular resolution. Yes, that's true.
so you are still fully glowy, Luca, no? Yes, for sure.
I am
Yes,
still a
for
globe.
sure. For sure.
I am still a glober.
But you know, very much people really told you and really take it really slowly and showed you just what the meaning of flat Earth is. And I
Well,
know your debating is not bad, but oof, uh, I don't get it that you don't get it a little bit, you know. Just
oh, he's got our points many times, right, Luca?
yeah, that's the point what I say.
well,
Sometimes
the
he
reason
say
I made change points after I've conceded is because I didn't know enough about that point. It's because it made sense at the time to me, but then I look it up on the internet or Google or something, and then I realize, wait, actually, how do they explain this explanation of it? You know,
Well, give us an
I see a better explanation than what you guys
okay.
explain.
where
What's the
from?
better explanation, Luca? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what
Tell
I'm
us.
looking for.
Enlighten us.
Explain
Of
us.
what? What do you want to explain?
You're saying you get the arguments from us and then you go and see a better explanation from the globe. So what has been a better explanation from the globe side on anything presented?
Just stars, the horizon, the black swan. You know.
So in other words, none. Because there
Oh,
is no better explanation on the globe for anything other than trust me, bro.
No.
Luca, do you actually understand the black swan? Any of
The
them?
black swan argument, as flat earthers say, is that we see too far, basically.
No.
Well,
No?
that's not it.
No, that's not. It's a hinge of what's actually shown, but it shows your horizon, which is supposed to be physical, is far beyond the observed quote unquote curve.
And
In other words, Luca, how do you have a horizon behind something that's blocked and it's 10 times further than what your globe dictates it can be seen?
And the globe's explanation is refraction.
So not physical. And the horizon's supposed to be the Earth curve, correct, Luca?
Yeah, the horizon's the point where
So
the
why
Earth
is
meets
the
Earth.
horizon further than the blocked oil rig?
That's a visible
reflection. It
horizon.
may appear that way.
The horizons actually refract up.
The light
You
can
when you
bend
say
both
it
ways.
appears that way, doesn't it make you think it appears that way? Doesn't it make you think though that it's visual?
Yeah, it's. Whoa.
He's cutting out.
It's a bit laggy.
He's just
Sorry,
asking,
sorry.
would that appear that it's just optical, not physical?
Yeah, I say the horizon is both physical and optical, right?
Yeah, but if you
Luca,
measure it, and
I
this
just
is the
wanna.
best way to find out where it
Sorry,
is.
Luca.
Sorry.
No, go
The
ahead.
measurement to the horizon. It's far beyond what it should be, is what we're saying on a parabolic arc. Your
Because
parabolic arc has to be a certain amount. It has to be a physical arc. But yet, when we actually measure it optically, it's much further than it should be. And it's always due to refraction. Now, we have other obstacles in our way, like weather, humidity, and mirages that actually make it harder to see that far every day. Your horizon changes constantly, but it has to be a physical place to be on a spheroid with a radius that it's supposed to have. It's supposed to be that way, and it should be able to be measured that way too, right?
Well, the reason I say that it is because, well, the reason I say it's both is because, well, physically, it's the point where the ground or the ocean in this case seems to meet the sky, right? That's physically, right?
No. Is the sky physical, Luca?
Yeah,
Sky is physical.
you can physically see it.
The sky is not physical, Luca. The sky is a denotation based on what we just say is apparent, separate from the ground. That's not physical. There's no physical sky anywhere. Last time I checked, I don't walk into the sky or can touch the sky.
It's not a physical object. It's like a visual effect, I guess.
Yeah, so it's not
So
physical.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay. Yeah.
That would be an
So where
apparent
the
location.
sky and the Earth appear to meet is an optical apparent position, not a physical position.
So true.
But if you were to say optical, I'd say optically it's where the line of sight stops, right? So you can't see beyond it, basically, right?
Practically.
That's optically. It's where the line of sight stops.
Luca, in
they
my
are
belief,
curved,
I don't want to be bad on you or rude on you, but I just want to say you really been so much programmed, like we all been in school and everywhere. But you have to let go on the shit, you know, and make a claim on your own because you never can touch a black hole or something like that. It's just somebody told you that they're up there. But did you ever touch the black hole, Luca, or see one, Luca?
Not myself.
Huh?
No.
So why they're there?
But you don't need to touch something to know it's there.
I just can say if somebody is real, if I can, you know, from a book, I don't want to learn. I want to learn from the reality. But I can make my decision, you know.
What?
I don't
I'm
take
sorry,
I don't
talking
take
about-
the books and the program stuff for any account, you know. I don't take this shit. anymore.
You're talking a bit
This
soft.
is pseudoscience. This is just a belief system, the globe. This is
It's not because we use evidence. I'd say it's
you use
opposite
evidence.
of belief.
Which evidence?
The evidence that the Earth is a globe, the evidence that rotates.
Has the Earth ever
Because
been proven to rotate?
I'd say by now, yeah,
By
Where?
where which
Present your evidence.
experiment?
because of all the evidence,
Which
yeah.
evidence? They stand in books,
Here's-
maybe they tell you in physics class or in the school, but there are no evidence for globe. There's so much flatness, you know this, Lucas, that people measure the flatness with long distance, and there was no curve. You know this
We
whole shit, the story.
they use the scientific method though.
What method?
But your scientific method seems to stop at
Whoa,
observation.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Whoa, whoa.
There's only one scientific method, just to let you know, Luca.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was waiting to hear. And the blanket statement of tons of evidence. I want to see like each individual experiment and walk us through each one to explain the phenomena that you're observing and how you came to that conclusion, your hypothesis and the control variable, independent variable, and your null. If you can break those down for us, that's the way you prove a cause and effect relationship. That's science. What you guys are talking about are observations and a just so explanation for them. And you subscribe a new like particle or a new atom to make it all fit together. And when they get the dark matter, which they had to invent, they run out of stuff. So I would like to see this field of evidence you have for the heliocentric model.
You see, the globe is the king of gap theory.
Mhm.
So every time they find an issue with their theory, they create something to fill that gap, and that's why we sit where we are today with the globe. That 99% of what they claim is just based theoretically and not actual.
Mhm. You can't have a supernatural thing. Is basically what I'm pointing out. A lot of this stuff was set in motion by a creator, and they're trying to take it apart, and they don't understand it. But they want to be God too. So go ahead, Luca, if you want to give me like a reason why we revolve around the sun. What's the cause and the effect, and how we came to figure out how it happened and what causes it. And we need a demonstration to go
So
with that.
first the Earth spins around his axis, then we go around the sun,
How
then
it
we trace
happened?
around the space. No?
Oh no, it's a cause and effect relationship. This is science, man. You have to have okay. So what's the cause? What caused the sun to go around? I mean, the Earth to go around the sun. Sorry.
That happened basically right at the beginning of the universe. So, well, maybe a few million years after the initial Big Bang or whatever.
Oh, you know.
The point is when Earth was formed, it didn't spin initially, but then a meteorite or whatever, a big rock, hit the Earth, and that caused the spin, and it also formed the moon.
Are you talking about Thea?
No, he's talking about the moon, what is formed,
Yeah, remember the moon.
He's talking about the Thea story.
The moon was created thanks to a huge meteor, something called Thea. It hit into Earth, and then caused the moon and its spin. And you do know all that is just theoretical. There's no such thing as this actually as factual. And by the way, good to see you into the break, man.
Almost, but I would agree if we didn't discover parts of Earth on the moon, indicating that
they never went to the moon to discover parts of Earth on the moon, mate.
The moon did hit Earth at one point.
So remember that book I told you to read a while back, Luca? It was called A Just So Story. Remember, I said you should pick that up and read it. It kind of
Yeah.
explains how like stories get spun. And from what I can tell so far, I don't see any evidence for your just so story. They're just making it up as they go along without any evidence of it at all.
These are all
It's
stories, yes, just and there's
it's so
no
far out of reach,
background.
like 2 trillion years ago when Thea was traveling
How
through the
wanna
Earth's
he
orbit.
know, you know? How wanna they know trillions of years or light years? The light travels light years to us. I mean, it's such a freaky show, you know. This is
He's like a candle in the wind. All right.
yeah.
Anything, but I mean, all the scientific evidence that you're talking about, there is none. It's just made up. Is what I'm basically trying to get to. These are just those stories. Is
To
there any more
try
evidence
to
you can present
deceive you,
for us?
Luca. They
Any
want you.
scientific?
They want
Well,
you to think, to believe on the globe and on the black holes and on the everything what you're saying. They want you to believe that.
It's a belief. And you're right.
if
It's just
what
a belief. Yeah.
what would you accept as evidence?
I, I said for me, it's scientists, pseudoscientists. So it has nothing to do much with reality. Also, for the globe, it doesn't look good. Look really. Also,
I can't
when it
really
comes to,
Well,
when
understand.
it comes
has
to
there ever been
Earth,
some evidence you could verify yourself
yeah,
for the moon?
yeah.
Well, we kind of, yeah.
How?
Because I've traveled the world, and I went to America, and I did see the moon in America, and I did also see something interesting, really. The the details on the moon look the
Hey,
same to me. You know, the moon looked the same. I didn't see anything different with the moon.
Luca, have we found any of the moon here on Earth?
Well, no.
well,
So
of
then,
course,
how
of
can you
course,
claim then the moon hit Earth?
of
How can
course.
you
Because
claim the
we
moon and
found
Earth have the same?
Flatzoid,
because we found
I
bits
have
of the Earth
to
on the moon.
correct you. Sorry, but didn't NASA gave Netherlands a piece of moon? I mean, they said
Well,
We
from the
they
found
moon,
Earth
brought
but
it
on the
back.
moon.
yeah, stone from the moon, but it was just a wood, not a wood
That
gets
wasn't
to the
really the
stone.
question, though. The question was, have we ever found any pieces of the moon on
No,
Earth?
I know,
In
I
other
know.
words, yeah. Part
Okay,
of Thea, is there any parts of
I'd
Thea
say
here?
no, but we found the opposite, so it doesn't matter.
what's the opposite?
We found bits of Earth on the moon, so it doesn't matter
Did we?
that there's no bits of moon on the Earth if we
That's
found the
cool.
opposite to be true.
That's cool.
Good story.
So that's why the wood is also okay for you, no? Because wood is also on the earth. No? So.
Because either one would be evidence for the moon hitting Earth, right? Bits of Earth on the moon or bits of moon on the Earth. Either one would work as evidence. So, and
Well, we don't
we
see
have.
this occurring now, do we? I mean, like, you don't see planets striking planets and then becoming moons and orbiting around them, do we?
Well, no, because there's not really a reason they crash into each other at the moment.
Yeah, but
Because
again,
One
like,
thing I would
who
think-
is
Don't you
we?
guys claim the moon is moving further and further away?
yes, that is true.
Prove it.
By about 0.01 centimeter.
See, what our point is, there's just too much assumptions without any evidence. You're making claims about the moon constantly, but no way to back any of those claims up.
You're telling stories,
And
you know, what you can.
no science to go with this at all, really, Lucas, to tell you the truth.
You know, we got people, they took a laser and shot the beam, and they should be already behind the laser goes far more longer than
But the
the Earth's
reason
curvature. You know,
the reason the
you understand me,
the
Luca.
moon the reason the moon is moving away is, well, basically gravity again. It pulls on the Earth, and the bulge that it creates in the water pulls on the moon. So it basically
Neap Tide says that's bullshit.
what?
Neap tides. That says that's bullshit. The moon has no effect on tides, man.
No effects.
Well, the gravity of the moon pulls on the tides.
No, neap
No.
tide says that's bullshit. Because we have neap tides, that means
what's
the
neap
moon has
tide?
nothing to do with tides. So
Nothing.
your
What's neap
bulge
tide?
doesn't exist because of the moon.
Where the
What's
moon
neap
is
tide?
not the water up. This is not the fact, Luca.
What?
Earth is breathing. I don't know. I don't know what the tides really are. Maybe Flatzoid have a better explanation.
What's the definition for meat tides?
Do you know, Keith?
Hey, Tony,
He's
what's
kind of
up?
tied up.
Sorry, I'm hectic here with the children and stuff.
Oh. Alright, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. Moon tides.
I'm not sure about them myself. I haven't looked into them.
You won't find something in the internet, Luca. Just but okay, do your research.
Eddie Banjo has a nice video on the tides. I can't remember it all, but they do explain why they do rise and fall without any gravity.
That's not me time. Okay, me time.
I'm not so into that.
Tides. How do you spell it? Me.
I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm gonna look it up for you. Get an
Thank
explanation.
you. Constant on a computer. Oh no, that's not it. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, the neap tide is just the tide. You know, the bulge as you claim it 7 days after spring tide. That's it. Because it's giving tides where there's not supposed to be tides according to your globe.
Well, how do
Probably
you know?
due to the moon's location.
Well, how
Not
do
to
you know
not to mention, there's places that have 3 tides a day, 4 tides a day, sun or not, moon or not. Places that never have tides. So
Yeah, like the Great Lakes. Yeah. I'm still waiting for all that mountain of scientific evidence you got, Luca.
What? Well, what you want me to?
Yeah,
give
yeah, I do.
the evidence that's been given millions of times.
Oh yeah, well, give me one. I asked about how the sun orbited the Earth and rotates, and you gave me a story, but you didn't give me any proof for it. Any scientific experiment to prove so. That's what I'm looking for. That's all. That's one you could finish that up. You never did.
You're looking for scientific evidence of what? The sun forming.
Its orbit and its rotate, not its forming, dude. I'm not going to the origins. I'm not pushing that far back. I want to see what scientific experiment you prove the orbit and the rotation of the Earth. How do you determine that happens? The scientific evidence.
The rotation of the Earth would be the Cavendish experiment, right? And
come on, Luca.
And the experiment of the orbit of the there's no optical experiment, I don't think, but there is other experiments we can do.
Well, since you want to go with the standard fare with the Cavendish experiment, walk us through the experiment and demonstrate the scientific validity, if you would.
Yeah, you mean? Wait, you want me to?
You know how to form a hypothesis, right?
You can hang a rope on the top on a high building and let the pendulum make a pendulum, and you will see.
Well, you're talking about more like the Volkov's pendulum is what you're looking at, and that's
I believe that the Earth is spinning. That's what they're saying.
Hey, Luca, how do you know that we went to the moon at all
Bullshit.
and got stuff from the Earth? What were you saying? How do you know that for sure? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
You said for sure that we found stuff from the Earth on the moon when we went. How do you know
Yes,
that for
yes.
sure? Come on, Luca. That's a guess.
Well, there's no reason to doubt it.
Well,
There's no
first of all, you
reason
have
to
to
doubt it?
assume. Yeah, first you have to assume this moon is a physical object, and then you have to
Yeah.
assume it's in a place that you claim you could go to. There's so much assumptions that you're making. Not one of them have been proven to be anything other than just faith.
I don't
Okay,
get how you
well,
can be around for this
the-
long, Luca, and
The
think there's
ISS
no
is
point.
in space, so
And
we
Luca,
can go
what
to
me
space.
really makes me sad is that Soph or Soul Unchained Mind really gave so much hurt to you to change your belief, and you really stand. I watched several hours where you're talking with to him, and he showed you videos and evidence, but you're still the same, you know.
You talking about Luca?
Yeah.
Well, we need to verify that you guys actually went to the moon and found rocks from Earth, and they compare. I want to see the train of evidence to go with that.
Yeah, that's
That
a
would be
very
your
out there
best bet.
claim, Luca.
Yeah. And if they did something like that, they would document it very well. So, and it should be public record. So,
I'm sure it is.
Luca, I think you can honestly simplify it to what do you know about the moon right now, Luca? What phase is the moon in right now? Do you know?
Just gonna get a cigarette.
What?
Do you know what phase the moon is in right now, Luca?
Well, it's near the end of. Well, it's almost the end of. Well, it's the 31st of August right now, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
The moon phase at the end of August in Australia would.
It sounds like you don't know it off the top of your head, though. Are you really looking at the moon all that much, personally, or are you just not trying to pick on you or anything, but just are you as a question?
Well, not really.
Yeah, you just should, because right now it's about to go to new right now, and then you don't see it for those days. Could you even imagine trying to plan a trip knowing, oh, okay, it's going to be in this different phase, so it's going to be at this time? Like, just Luca, I've only heard you call into some stuff, and you've been around for a while, and I only really jumped
He's
on
really
you.
around for a while.
You said that it's known that we found stuff from the Earth on the moon. Luca, I think that's a claim that is way out there. Just, I'm surprised you've been around this long and you haven't heard anything to make you think otherwise.
Yeah, it's about.
I'm surprised by that. That's all I'm saying.
Really.
Yeah,
that's correct.
It was crescent last night. We actually went out and looked at it. So.
Well, I think what we're trying to figure out, Luca, is
No,
when does it come to a point when we just realize, heck, you're not actually for truth. You're just, you just don't want to
playing
accept
around. And don't
Exactly
want to
right,
accept.
Flatzoid. That's why I called in.
The third of September, I think, is the new moon, right?
Has anybody ever seen the new moon in the sky? Has it ever been photographed or documented?
Luca would probably say you can see it, even though you can't see it.
You can't really see it. No.
Well, they say Earthshine, right? It causes the supposed dark side of the moon to be apparent. You know,
the Earthshine wouldn't. Yeah. The Earthshine wouldn't really be strong. Isn't that bright enough to really?
Well, there's a mission for you. Go get a picture of the new moon. You could be able to make it. Really. I guess the star field, you should be able to see it, right? You should be like a shadow there.
Yeah, because it's so big and so bright, right, Luca?
Mm-hmm. It's like trying to spot a It's like trying to take a photo of firefly during the daytime. You know the brightness of the firefly would be cancelled out by the brightness of the
But
day.
that's rubbish, though, Luca, because it disappears totally.
completely.
Okay,
Yeah,
then,
I've never
even if
never seen a picture of it.
pick it up, even if you change your exposure, there's just nothing there.
And hey, Flatzoid, can I mention something to you? Just because I've never been on stream with you. And what up, Flatzoid? I think you're cool as hell. Nice to be here, dude. But Flatzoid, I just want to mention one thing to you. So coming up, I do watch the moon all the time. And coming up this next week, okay, starting Thursday and Friday, September 5th and 6th, the moon will be right behind the sun. And so the sun will be up for the day, but you still cannot see the moon. It will be after the new moon. New moons maybe the first or second or something, but then 5th and 6th is when you first are able to see it, and you're only able to see it after the sun sets and it stops lighting everything up. So you see like after, you still see like that I forgot what the exact term for it is, but when it still is kind of light right when the sun sets, that's when you can first see the moon after it goes
the
new.
twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the twilight is where you can first see the moon after a new moon. That's like the 5th and the 6th. So just to everyone out there, watch the sunset on the 5th and 6th, and you'll see the moon will be right behind the sun. Yeah, I just
that's
noticed
hectic.
that recently.
Yeah, and if that happens, then it can't be that the moon is closer than the sun.
Yeah, but in Luca's idea of it, that's something that's easy to go land on. Luca, come on, man. That's one hell of a claim. I really do not think they went there. I don't know you, Luca, but I'm the person who does not think that they went there.
They're
And I
flying
can't
out
believe that you
to
don't think at
take
all
off,
that,
yeah.
maybe it didn't happen.
Hey, I do think.
But no, I'm
Okay.
just saying, I cannot believe that you, after being around for a while, still think that there is not even a shred of evidence that we did not go there. There's no reason to think why. You said that. There's a bunch of reasons, I think. You should maybe just, I don't know, just give it another look, Luca. That's all I'm saying. Nothing too mad at you or anything. I'm at least glad you come up here and you're talking, but sometimes it seems like you're not even really taking us seriously and you're kind of just talking around us.
I do. That's why I genuinely research the things you say when I'm confused. I go, oh yeah, that doesn't make sense at all, does it? But then I look it up and I find a better explanation.
Well, maybe you're looking it up in the wrong spots. That's all I'm saying, Luca. No
because
hate towards you.
Because I'm not really that clever, I guess.
Don't put yourself short. Luke.
But you know very much for that. Not so
I mean,
clever, really.
that's true. That's true.
That's really what I get from
Yeah.
you, Luca.
That's true.
But
did you get a
that's
chance?
not the truth, that's just from books and what you've been programmed to, that's.
Well, you wanted to know what the IV and DV were, right? For the Foucault pendulum?
No, for a Cavendish. That's what you were claiming. That's the cause of gravity and the rotation. So.
Uh-huh.
Do you have one? One each,
the IV,
per chance?
The just to clarify, to make sure I'm getting this right, so I don't confuse the two, the IV is what changes the DV, right?
Yes,
or
the
is it
cause.
the other way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So the IV in this case would be the mass, right? The mass and positioning of the lead spheres, because the mass would be the difference in mass would change the gravitational attraction, and the difference in distance.
Wait, I already see an issue here. So you're saying
What?
the mass is the cause, or is the distance the cause? Or is gravity the cause? Because you're giving 3 different causes for the same effect.
Why can't the same effect have 3 causes?
Because then it's not science. Science is a cause, singular, for an effect observed. So you have to choose one cause for your effect.
But can't that be multiple IVs and DVs?
No, then it's just correlation. Then it's not scientific.
Yeah, it's not like you can prove 3 things at once. Just prove one thing.
We can pick one if you want.
Well, it has not been nailed down as one thing proved.
We can say that the mass is the IV then. Sure. Well, let's go with the mass then.
Okay, mass is now the cause of gravity.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, because mass
Okay,
attracts
guys, we
mass.
figured out what the cause for gravity is: mass. Well done, awesome. Go tell your globe-rhetoric priests all that, guys.
Now it makes sense, Luca. Well done.
Yeah, mass causes gravity, so yeah.
So we can so you actually by default validating our cause when you say relative density disequilibrium, where the unbalanced force is based upon the band of the mass. Great. So not gravity then, just relative density disequilibrium.
Now anything with mass has gravity.
Nope. There's no such thing as gravity. You just said it. What causes it is the mass,
Don't
not the gravity.
exist, Luca.
Yeah, it's mass. Mass is the cause for gravity, or in this
Okay,
case,
what is mass though?
Why?
Can you
Just
tell us
because you
the mass?
randomly chose it right here when we made you pick one of the three? Because now it proves it. Come on, Luca.
What?
We had you pick one of the three. You chose mass, and now you're like dead set on it's mass. Come on, Flatzoid. Why don't you get like Luca? Come on, this stuff is
Come on,
complex. It's
Groby.
not just easy. You can't just
Give us.
babble on through it.
Yeah, let him walk it through. Go ahead.
All right,
He
go
asked a
ahead.
question now. Luca, okay.
Well, what's the thing?
Well, you say you claim that mass causes gravity.
Yeah, or the bending warping of space-time, you know.
Space
Mass
time.
causes space-time to bend, which is the appearance of mass attracting mass.
Okay, now I need to see space time. Do you have any space time?
Space-time is like
Light
all
years.
around us.
Light years.
Say again, Luca.
You could get away with saying that time is like constant, you know.
The time is a physical thing, is what you're saying. There's physicality to time.
I don't think so.
Well, then this is not a physical experiment anymore, is it? This is a thought experiment.
So Luca, how do they measure the time? How? Explain me in your belief. How they make 24 hours a day? Why?
It's a calculation, from what I could tell.
I guess it would be a. I don't remember the equation, but I think it's like V times T or something. A times T squared, whatever. I
No,
don't know.
much simpler, Luca. The sun goes around the Earth, what is stationary and flat, and the sun, when you go on one point, and 24 hours later, the sun is directly over your head again. That's the way how time works.
And you calculate it.
My
I don't think you can experiment it with it. You can actually calculate an experiment with time.
Yeah, look at the
Right.
sun and count 24 hours and wait, and the sun is at the same position like before.
Einstein's theory of space-time kind of sounds like RDD to a point, you know.
Right.
It's almost identical. Just add a word gravity, and we're all in there.
Well, Luca, you definitely understand what he's saying with the 24-hour sun thing, right? That the sun goes around us in 24 hours. You're following all that, Luca, right?
We go at the sun in 24 hours.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, go ahead. That's good.
Well, either way, Luca, the sun is observable to us in 24 hours. It goes around us. It could seem like that. It goes around us in 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Do you know how the moon works?
No,
it works.
In the geocentric model, the sun goes around us.
Yeah.
In the heliocentric
Heard
model,
that
we
one.
go around the sun.
All right.
So
in the one where it goes around us in 24 hours, does that at least check out with you, other than just the difference of the two models? Yeah. 24 hours in both, right?
That's two different ways we could look at it. Yeah. One, it goes around us. Two, we go around it. Yes. Those are two completely valid things without knowing anything else. Yeah.
Now, Luca,
the thing with the moon is the moon goes and it goes in the exact same path, but the moon goes, I think it is slower than the sun because it always ends up being like 50 minutes behind each day.
Yeah.
So it goes like 39 hours and 10 minutes, each day. And then just observe it all, Luca. That's all I'm saying. That's all I wanted to call in just to say. Luca, it seems like you've been around a while and we're still in the same stuff where if you look up a video from the wrong person, it has you down this whole trail of, I don't know, kind of nonsense in my opinion. And I'm just someone listening to you on these streams sometimes. I still respect you calling in, but yeah, come on, man. I mean, just look into it a little more. Look into how the sun works and how the moon works and just really try to think about it. That's all I wanted to say to you.
Go more to reality,
Yeah.
Slash
No equations
away
necessary.
the what you have learned. Just look at your own reality and
Completely.
start from you. Okay.
Lily Studio, awesome town Matt asks, Luca, what is your favorite dinosaur? My favorite dinosaur would be.
All right, peace out, y'all. Later. Thank you, Flatzoid. Later, Roger and Mango.
Yeah,
was
later.
that you? Peace out.
Maybe. Bye. Good question.
Cheers, man. Sorry, I just want to say, got a super
Luca,
chat from
you
Riley for $5. He says, please ask Luca what Polaris is doing in the heliocentric model. Appreciate the super chat, man. You rock.
Oh, that's a nice question, Riley. Oh, Luca, it's up to you.
Yeah?
Yeah. What is
right.
Polaris
What is
doing in the
Polaris?
heliocentric model? What does it do? What's it doing in there? What's Polaris doing in the heliocentric model?
It appears to remain stationary. Right?
Oh.
How does that work in? How does
stationary. Yeah.
It appears
Pretty
to be
much
stationary. Okay.
stationary, yeah.
And where is it on the wobbling world? Where is it placed?
It's a North Star.
It's the North Star. So think about it. We say on the flat Earth we have the North in the middle in our beliefs, yes. And
Yes.
the North Star is the brightest star in the sky, and we believe this is just above of the middle of our flat Earth, but it's stationary and don't move. No. You have to get away from this globe shit. Really, look. That is not turning and wobbling around the sun and you know, I just don't get it that you don't fall a little bit into it because really much people try it, That's just what I'm saying. Not that.
Oh, Riley
not
asked,
that rooted,
is
but,
there a wobble to the North Star by chance, Luca?
There's a yes, there would, yes, that's correct. Well, yeah, to answer the question, yes, there is a wobble. It's slight, but it is noticeable.
You
yeah.
just said he's stationary, so how he's wobbling?
He sent another $1.99 super chat. Luca, there is a wobble, and Polaris is stationary. That's
I just want to say thank you again, Riley, for another super chat. He says, Luca, is there a wobble? Is Polaris stationary? Really appreciate it, man. Sorry if I don't talk much. It's difficult to the kids.
I got you.
you rock the way. Thanks, man.
Maybe I need to say it more accurately. Wobble. I'd say wobble in quotation marks. It's apparent. The apparent wobble is due to the precession, right? Precession.
That's why you got another super chat. It's Tony Coriolis. He just sent a $4.99 super chat. That's nice. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony, for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. I don't know if you missed your comment on there, but I appreciate it, man. You really rock. And then then you can just maybe just put a comment and I'll put it up. Riley Studios for another $2. Thank you. Says how much is the wobble between seasons?
This is good one.
What? The wobble is so. The wobble is slight, but what?
Well, you can read it, right?
Oh,
I can
Luca?
see a kid. Is that
sorry
a
guys, I
kid?
see Tony. I see Tony's a super sticker. It's a 3
Oh, yeah.
with a balloon. Thank you very much, Tony. You rock, man. And then yeah, there's his
That is a
question
kid.
again. How much wobble between seasons?
Nice song.
Well, like little, I guess.
A little.
Well, the question is between seasons. That's the question.
apparent wobble, the apparent wobble that we
He's
perceive
during the summer
is
or in the winter. Or...
Yes, it's different. He's asking what's the difference between seasons. The wobble.
the apparent wobble is small.
I think he's making a point that what you're looking at is you're looking through a medium in temperature, and what you're seeing and you think is a wobble is more like the light hitting, basically like Snell's law hitting different.
Yeah, that's why I put wobble in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm.
I did say quotation marks. I did say that. I did correct myself because wobble would be in quotation marks because it's apparent. It's an apparent wobble.
But Polaris is still stationary, right?
Yeah,
The
I was
apparent.
just saying that before.
I'd say the apparent quote unquote wobble because
So you're
it's not
spinning
really
top
a
Earth.
So
It's
change
not
your
wobbling.
mind now.
We're not wobbling at all, are we? We're not moving. We're not the one tilting.
If I had to say over a month, it would be like 0.0008. I don't know.
Okay. Luca, here's maybe
Good Lord,
something
dude.
for you. You know patents,
Degrees?
you know? Luca.
I don't know.
Right over your head.
Sorry, Luca. Can you please listen shortly?
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you understand patents, you know, on stuff like airplanes. There's always a patent on it. Yes.
Yeah.
And you go through that patent and read it the whole. There stays in the patent for airplane stays directly in it. An airplane is constructed to fly over a non-rotation stationary Earth, so there is no moving.
Or it says. Does it say stationary in quotation marks?
No. Even NASA and everybody and most
Non-moving
governments.
stationary Earth.
Yes, but
that's the point.
I've seen NASA's where they say non-moving Earth, and it's always in quotation marks. So it's
NASA
not
no.
because
Look
it's
at-
in quotation marks. Do you know what quotation marks mean?
Quote. And this is quote unquote. Yeah, they're quoting it. It has to be treated like it's stationary. But what's the reason behind that? Why would they have that in quotations in an instruction manual?
Because they don't take it into account.
Super.
got a question for you, Luca.
He says, how many degrees of wobble between seasons? Have you answered that yet, Luca? I don't think you have.
Yeah, I'd say between 3 months, maybe a bit higher, so maybe 0.003 degrees, maybe. I don't know.
But in
I
your
don't
beliefs,
know.
but in
Is that
your
correct?
beliefs, these are lights, not what are coming to you from light years away,
And
not from the sun.
That's what I looked
what
up.
you believe, not, and why are these wobbling?
And I was right. It did put wobble in quotation marks when I did look it up. So, and the answer it gives is like 0.003.
How you get that number, Luke?
Yeah. He
Really?
gets it off the internet. Yeah.
But yeah, guys,
Obviously.
with
There's no way I would
flight
know
and
that.
stuff, Luca, something I have to point out though, with the reason the pilots learn that they fly over a stationary horizontal plane is because if they had to account for the beloved spin and curve and stuff, every plane would be falling out the sky.
What?
Look at my last video I put on my channel.
Flight dynamics means the Earth is stationary and horizontal. Because if it wasn't, people wouldn't be able to fly as the way they do now.
I was expecting you to say that the planes would fly off into space.
No. What space?
Yeah, but
Luca?
when there's a curve, of course they would. When they always fly level, they fly outer space. When there would be a curve, but there is no fucking curve.
Yeah. There's kids listening. Remember that, Mike. Anyways. Anyways. Yeah, I made a
That's
video on my
very
channel.
small wobble to explain summer and winter. Okay.
Yeah. I presented government papers besides this NASA. They're geophysicists, and they actually have the same descriptions, but they don't use it in quotations. They state it as physical fact, and they have the measurements and the seismograph readings to prove that the Earth is stationary. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's been scientifically validated through seismology and geology not to be moving. And you can look at the channel, and I actually have the papers. I have Russian government papers and U.S. government papers documented, and they actually say, basically, you live on a stationary plane under a dome. This has been verified in 1957.
Can you?
Yeah, I can show you the papers and stuff. I have the links for them.
Luca,
You can look
ask
over them
him for
yourself.
his channel name
My
or something
email is,
to watch his video. You know, when you're interested in that.
my
You
email
will
is.
find the
I'll try to
answer
show it
there,
to
I
him.
believe.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can you put it in chat, Luca? So I could.
Yeah. Fair enough.
While he's doing that, I just want to say thank you, Riley Stevens, for another $5 super chat. He says, Luca, between 24-hour sun up north and 24-hour night, how much wobble is there? I think none. Riley, I think there's literally none. But thanks very much, man. You rock.
How much wobble is there? How much apparent wobble is there to Polaris over one day? I mean, yeah, the number's getting very small now.
In other words, there's no wobble.
Basically, no.
Observable wobble.
You don't
Is
need
there
to.
no observable wobble then, Luca?
Over one day? I mean, the wobble would still be there.
I think it's due to what they call celestial refraction, and it's very minuscule. And even Danny Faulkner tried to touch on this on FED one day. He's like, you can't really account for it, so they give it like a small degree. And I think what Riley's trying to point out is due to atmosphere refraction or Atmos refraction. It appears to wobble a little bit. It's just the light going through a medium. That's what makes it look that way.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah,
In summer and winter, it's a different.
Because, the wobble isn't real. It's apparent.
So Polaris is basically in the same freaking spot. So how does that work in your model? That's what the original question was.
Well, it's not always in the same spot. Like,
well, you just said.
If you go back like a few thousand years,
And how did you verify this?
It wasn't even Polaris, right?
That's what they say. Yeah, I've heard that so many times. We've been in a circle before. Yeah. How did they verify that?
Well, they looked at the movement of the stars, and they saw that over time the stars do move. They documented that the stars moved ages ago, really. And they've been documenting it ever since. That's how they've been able to do celestial navigation and stuff using the stars. That's how they maintained celestial navigation. Yeah.
Riley keeps asking questions. If you want to read the screen right quick, maybe you could address some of it.
Wait, we're agreeing there's no wobble. How does helium model explain seasons? Well, that would be because of the sun.
I think it has something to do with the tilted Earth and the wobble of the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Yeah. The
it's
spinning
mainly
top.
because of the tilt of the Earth. It's like the microwave example I did on my YouTube channel. I'll see if I can show that. Can I show that? I'll play that video.
Talk to the boss, dude.
Huh?
Talk to the boss.
Flatzoid.
What's up?
Can I show my video I made on the seasons?
Yeah, of course you can.
Alright, let's
I
see.
love to see it.
I use my microwave to do it. Let's see, videos.
Microwave, interesting.
Yeah.
That is an interesting one.
Season analogy. That's it. Okay, let's see.
Explaining seasons isn't easy.
Now we live in a giant microwave, dude.
Note that it's contained.
Oh yes, and in order to contain that pressure, atmos, we gotta have containment. Here's Luca with his microwave. Ta-da.
Yeah, season analogy. Yay! Let's see.
Hello, everyone. Globe Earth Luca here. So, this is a microwave. I'm going to use it to explain the seasons. So, the microwave in this case represents the sun. Like the heat from the microwave represents how the sun heats up the earth, right? I have a glass of water. Yummy. It doesn't matter. This is a glass of water. It's going to go in the microwave for 40 seconds. So, as it's heating in the microwave, like how the sun heats the earth. Well, I should probably edit this to make it done. And done! Using the power of editing. Yeah! So, I'm going to take it out.
It was very hot.
Oh my god! You can see it steaming. It is quite hot. This is going to be summer, since it was getting more of the heat.
So is the microwave
onto
making
it.
summer? Is that what
Now,
you're saying?
I got it.
What's it? What's
You're
it?
saying microwave makes summer?
Yeah, just
No, the
time
more
of
direct heat, more direct
the more.
heat from the sun makes summer.
Microwave, but the sun doesn't work like microwave though.
So winter is about 10 seconds, no, Luca?
No, winter would be heat over more area.
Ah.
So what he's saying is concentrating the heat as fast as he can with a microwave.
Yeah, since there's only one cup in there, the cup is receiving direct heat, like more heat it goes into that one cup because there's only one. There's like a little area to heat
Luca,
it.
sorry that I interrupt, but how much they pay you? Come on, tell me, please.
What?
How much
I don't think
they
anybody
pay
pays
you?
him.
But no, it's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, Luca,
He's right.
Okay. Let's say you take a piece of metal and you lie it down in the sun. Okay. Does it matter what the size of the metal is?
No. Well, yes.
So sun, base, and surface doesn't matter because if the sun's heating the metal, it's heating up the whole piece of metal. Correct?
If you put, is that your daughter?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Sorry, my children are being hectic here.
He's usually not on this time, so.
She's spinning around on the chair.
Good, she's not in the micro.
She got a wobble with that tilt.
Well, she understands relative direction, and she's only 3.
Nice.
Oh, kids!
And by the way,
more
nice kitchen, Luca. Nice kitchen.
And the program
So I'm going to do winter now, and how I do winter is, well.
Let me guess, the freezer, Luca?
I have 2 cups filled with water, and I'm gonna go in the microwave.
No, that's not 2 cups. Why are you lying mathematically, man?
For the second.
Are you trying? No, shush.
You didn't hear me, Luca, earlier. You got a nice kitchen, dude. That's a pretty well set up kitchen you got there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that kitchen. It's so cool.
Thank you. So 2 cups go in the microwave.
Now, let's see.
For the same time, 40 seconds.
So the first cup was summer.
Wait. Can I make a prediction, Luca? So
Yeah,
2 cups went in the microwave. Abracadabra, 1 cup comes out.
No. He's trying to show that the heat dissipates and it's less in each cup. They're not as hot. So that's a cooling cycle.
Yeah,
this is based on zeroth law.
But
the dispersion of the heat is equal through both cups.
Heat over more area means colder, right?
But you see, Luca, that's what I'm saying. If you had 1 cup in there that's larger, okay? Let's say you took a bowl of water. It takes longer to heat it up because of the surface area, like you said, okay?
Yeah.
But now you take 2 cups and you put them, it also has what we say zeroth law in thermodynamics. It's dispersing that heat evenly between the 2.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. It's right to the second law, dude.
But I understand what you're trying to say, but this isn't analogous to seasons in the summer.
Well, it kind of is.
It's as best as you can do with a microwave.
If you were to use a microwave to make an analogous statement between the seasons, this would be how you do it.
Wouldn't you be better off with a light source and a geranium to actually demonstrate how seasons change?
Would be a better option.
It's because of the Earth's tilt, really. The rotation plate could be the Earth's rotation in this case.
Yeah. Now I understand. The rotation plate is the Earth's movement.
Luca, you know what you should do, man? Luca, you should do science with Luca channel in your kitchen.
Yeah.
I think you'll do well.
Yeah, I could do that. You're right. Yeah, fair enough.
Or do a cooking channel. I think you'll be quite successful.
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Cooking with Luca.
Cooking with Luca.
I'm going to step on mute for a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
That's actually a good idea, Luca. Do cooking with Luca, and then you do flat Earth recipes.
Yeah.
Well, how would I make?
Well, you can start it off with a pineapple pizza.
Oh, you like pineapple on pizza?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, me too! Yay!
Yay!
I don't understand. But please let him go ahead. I'm really interested what he's going to tell us.
Okay.
Okay.
And through the power of editing, once again, it's done.
I used editing to make it go faster.
So let's see what we got. And oh my god, look. It's not steaming.
But you don't
Yeah,
said
it's
how
not.
long they
It's
were in
This
the
can be
microwave.
represented as winter.
Yeah, it's not hot.
More heat over more area. Heat over more area equals winter.
Yes, that's correct.
But direct sunlight equals steaming. The other one was steaming. These aren't. That's an analogy for you. Boom.
You know how you could have explained it, Luca, with a magnifying glass.
Yeah,
You know when you take a magnifying glass and you concentrate the heat to a certain area.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's how you could have explained it. Yeah.
Luca,
That-
your
that's-
video
yeah,
proves we have no chance.
I have no friends. What?
We're done.
No,
You
the
proved us all
seasons-
wrong, man.
No, we're not done. He actually just made a good flat Earth proof. The further the sun gets out, and a larger distance, so it'll be colder. So like regions where the sun doesn't actually stay long would be colder, right? So like the Arctic Rim with Antarctic Rim would be colder, like it actually is. You would have ice patches and ice walls and stuff around the outside.
Yeah, they're just showing that the sun isn't as far as they claim it to be. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
But the seasons have nothing to do with the distance.
It does
It
because
has
your
nothing to do with
distance. If you had to take that same light source and stick it closer, it'll give a different effect than when it was further.
You'd be hotter the closer you're to it. You can
Oh,
build a fire, get closer to it.
Okay, let's do it another way, Luca. Let's make a bonfire, and you take your 2 cups. Okay. If you take 1 cup, it's going to get hotter quicker than by putting the 2 cups together.
And probably the closer you have it to the fire, the hotter it
Yeah,
will
yeah,
get.
Let
Closer
him
you are.
just
Yeah.
dance around Flatzoid around the fire. That's better. When you dance near the fire around, Luca, you're getting
I don't know
much
if you
warmer.
I don't know if you guys have ever tried to do distilling water from salt to fresh. So you
Well, I've
use
seen the process work.
condensation. Use condensation process. So what happens is, let's say you can take a small bottle and a big bottle. Okay, you cut the small bottle in half, stick salt water in, and stick it in the ground by the beach halfway. And you take a top bottle, you cut in half, and you fold over the bottoms. You stick it on top, and then you let the heat of the day cause that condensation to get that fresh water to drink. Now, what happens if you take that same one and you take a bigger water source like that and a smaller one? Which one is going to catch water quicker?
Well, obviously the smaller one would catch it quicker, right?
Because there's more energy per surface area, as Luca's saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's
the
really
difference
pressable,
is,
right?
the difference is now do that same one and change the distance between the heat source. The closer one is still going to make a bigger effect on the larger than the smaller one, correct?
So the sun would be closer during the summer
Yeah.
seasons, right?
And you have really a problem, Luca, with your heliocentric belief, because when the sun is actually closer, it's colder on the Earth, and when it's closer, it's colder on the Earth. When it's farther away, it's hotter on the Earth. How you
Yeah,
explain that?
that's why it's the angles really that the
The
sun
angle then.
way it's hit the earth, right?
Okay. Yeah. No.
So
How do you
the
get angles
angle-
in free space though? That's my question.
Well, the atmosphere.
You get angles from
The atmosphere kind of saves us there. The ozone layer saves us. Without that,
You rock.
we would burn. We would die. Nope. Yeah.
So we would die without an atmosphere? Yeah, we agree completely, Luca. But
Yeah.
I mean, would die from from multiple reasons without
yeah, but
any.
you still didn't answer the question, Luca. How did you get an angle to the sun That's what I'm trying to get. Where do you get the angle from? You said it's the angle.
What?
That's what changes it. I mean, the angle to the sun. Where did you derive the angle from here to the sun? How do you do that?
Like when the sun waves hit the Earth at a higher angle, or
Higher from
more
what? That's
direct.
my point. That's my point. So, where's your reference point? Where are you getting
You
the
know,
angle from?
that part of Earth receives more heat, right?
Uh-huh.
That the sun waves hit.
Well, you're going with degrees here, angles and degrees, right? So where do you derive those angles and degrees from?
At it's 23.5 degrees.
Oh.
Yeah, but you gotta start somewhere. So where are we starting from to get that angle?
What? What do you mean? That you what do you mean? What caused the angle or what?
No, where? How do you derive the angle of the sun? Where do you start? It's in space, as you call it. There's no real reference point. You got to have a zero
You have a
to come from.
burning
Where does
ball
it come
and
from?
we are cruising around it, no?
Oh,
Well,
you mean
I'm trying to
you
get
mean
them to
how did
celestial
we
navigation.
first do it?
Okay.
How do they do it now? They do it daily, dude. That's how they time things when they're at sea or your clock and where the sun's angle is relative to you. How did we get that angle? How do you get the
You've
angle?
gotta you've gotta know you've gotta know the variables first, like the location of
How's it done?
Earth,
They're written
the
down.
the you know the
Hold on.
how do I say
Well,
destination, I
anyway,
guess.
Riley's got another question for you, man. He says, "Thank you for the $5 switch." He says, "When the sun is 90 degrees vertical at Tropic A, then moves down the sky 6 months later, what changed to alter the angle?" Ooh. Yeah, because you said there's no wobble, remember? So you can't claim it's the actual wobble. Thank you very much, Riley. Really appreciate the super chat, man. You rock.
Polaris has no wobble, but
Well, I don't
the
think
Earth
anything has a wobble,
orbit
dude.
does. It's an elliptical orbit, so it's not a straight orbit around. It's elliptical, so yeah.
So the sun
that
has
would
an
be
elliptical path in the heavens, right? Is what you're saying?
what?
The sun has an elliptical path. Yeah.
The ether isn't a thing.
I didn't say anything about ethereal.
We
That
never
was
said
never brought up.
anything about Aether.
Yeah, well, that's the heavens, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, the heavens would be the ether. Yeah. So yeah, the ether already is disproven now.
Has it?
Yeah.
How is it disproven?
Didn't the Michelson Morley disprove it?
No.
No,
He didn't disprove
Aries failure and Michelson Morley showed the Earth wasn't moving.
Yeah.
But no, they were trying to detect the ether, but they failed.
No, they failed to pick up. Failed to pick up Earth's relative motion.
No.
Yes.
That's not what the
You know how
experiment was.
Aries failure worked with the telescope and the water inside
Yeah.
the telescope.
Yeah.
It showed the angle from the light from the stars were not as the Earth was moving. It was as the stars were moving above. That's why it's called Aries failure.
It failed to detect the ether. That's why it's called Aries
He
failure.
failed to pick up relative motion.
See, you're begging the question with that, Luca. They're assuming that the Earth was actually rotating. That's how they came to that conclusion.
That's why they tried that at this experiment. You know?
And
No,
if the light was traveling through the medium, like the ether, what you're claiming, then I don't think light is affected by the ether at all. But they thought it was. That's why they proclaimed that there was no ether, but they could not detect motion of the Earth. So they determined the stars were rotating. I think there's two different schools on this thought.
But look,
I've heard it argued both ways.
Really a cool cooking show was that. Really cool.
Yeah, I know. Cooking with the stars.
Nice try.
Yeah, I like the idea, Flatzoid. I
You
like
do?
Luca's cooking show.
Lucas cooking show for the seasons. Okay.
So you're gonna get out of pseudo astronomy and do a cooking show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Season
nice.
1, Part 1.
Luca, maybe we begin with Eric Debate 200 roofs. The Earth is not a spinning ball or something like that. We look some videos. That would do you
I'll
good.
start with something simple like udon noodles.
I was talking about 200 proofs that the Earth is not a spinning, wobbling ball in outer space.
Yeah, but Dave went through that and destroyed it.
He did? Oh, well, let's go through Dave's video. Let's see him destroy
Professor
Eric's
Dave,
debates.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dave Farina.
let's see. Yeah, not a Professor Dave. Yeah,
He's
not a professor.
Professor Dave is special.
Yeah, I've never watched that one. I've looked at Professor Dave and
Maybe
I've
a
had
cook
people tear
one
his
time
stuff
with-
apart, dude.
Yeah, maybe a cook one time with Professor Dave together in the kitchen.
I did. It took them like 2.5 hours to get through 6 minutes of the video. I mean,
There's a channel called Flat Out Truth that he has like 10 videos posted on his channel where he actually tears Dave apart, his whole career and his fallacies one by one over and over again. He shows how pseudoscience has no validity to it, and what Dave proclaims as actual truth has no validity to it. So you're coming from a fallacy to start with. You're listening to people who are basically spouting off stuff they have no idea what they're talking about, and trying to disprove people who have done years of research and dug into it a lot deeper than he has. He just scratched the surface and he's being told what to say. But you should go over to Flat Out Truth and review the videos on Professor Dave. You'll actually get a better view of what Professor Dave is.
Well, if you really want to, Luca, you can go beg Professor Dave to talk to one of us, but he's a coward and runs away.
He would never show up.
Coward, not a cow. No, we don't treat people like cattle. We treat people like people. So.
He's running around the world, you know. Never have an end.
Yeah, he never really sat still or got any doctorates, really. He's never really studied sciences at all. So why would you take his word as he's tearing somebody apart? He has no credibility or any acumen when it comes to what he's talking about.
Didn't he teach, though?
No, dude, they got kicked out of every college he went to. He got booted. Yeah, they didn't. He doesn't have any.
And even when
he was just a substitute.
Teach in college.
Yeah, I had a substitute teacher too. Well, yeah, he did actually. He never finished any. He never finished any of his degrees. He was trying to. I think he was doing chemistry, by chance. And how does that make him an expert on cosmology or cosmogony? I don't think that puts him in that field at all. So why?
Some stuff, yeah.
Yeah, why is he covering the subject? You know?
He never did any experiments or something like that.
No, he hasn't.
No.
I don't have any degrees at all.
You either with your kitchen show, man.
Yeah, and you know what, Luca? I got more respect for you than I do him.
Oh,
I really do.
Thank you.
Yeah, diplomas don't make a scientist or the method. Once you grab a hold of the basics of it, you can determine who's full of crap and who isn't.
But when you really like to get into this topic a little bit, you really have to look some videos on, like Eric Dubay or take David Weiss. I don't know, or.
Well, Eric has a
think
bias too.
That will help you more. Really, I think.
Eric's pushing a philosophy too. Don't get me wrong. He has his own biases.
No, of course, but it's for Luca, it's a good start, I think. You know.
I think he's looked at Eric Dubay stuff. Haven't you, Luca?
Yeah. I looked at a bit. Yeah.
Did you go through his whole 200 proofs? Or
I watched all of Professor Dave's rebuttals to them.
Well, that's a rebuttal. I mean, did you actually review Eric Dubay?
Well, it's the same thing as reviewing his 200 proofs as well, because Dave went through all 200, and I watched them all, so I know what the 200 proofs
please
are.
take your the time and watch Eric Dubay's 200, okay? Original proofs.
Yeah,
okay?
just, you can actually get the book too and actually read it. You can go through each experiment yourself,
Dave,
validate it for yourself.
Dave reacted to the 200 proofs, so
yeah, but his reactions were nah, wrong, you're dumb. That's it.
Yeah, I think I've seen parts of that one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean,
Flash,
we
you did.
reviewed his review as well. Most of them were just literally him not understanding what the argument was, or couldn't read what was on screen.
Why did it take you so long to get through 6 minutes of the video?
Globe is
because we
done.
have to. The reason it takes so long is because we have to dissect all the idiocy. We like I said, we're not like the Globers that just insult and make a declaration. We say why we make what we say. So if we show something, we say, okay, no, this is why it's wrong. Let me explain how it's wrong, and then say, okay, now you're an idiot because I explained you're an idiot. You understand? Not in like the Globers, you're an idiot, therefore globe.
We said we are idiots because we are flat earthers. You know, that's so shameful.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, like we don't have a bias. We took Dell's proofs for like Upper Rising Earth. We take those apart bit by bit, one by one. It takes forever to go through everybody's claims because we have to look at the claim from all angles and test it out for ourselves, put it to the test, and ask questions. Yeah, that's all. We're discerning who's right, who's wrong. That's all we're doing, dude. It's that simple. It has nothing to do with anything else, but people are out here teaching pseudoscience as actual facts. And when we see it, we call them out on it. And then we get a whole bunch of flack for doing it. And Congress has declared us to be an archaic, what do they say on our little stamp? I can't remember the whole thing, but we're an archaic worldview that needs to go away. They want to get rid of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe. I would not say flat Earth is a cult. I wouldn't say that.
No, we're not.
Hey, the boss is
Michael
away.
Kahn. Oh, hey, it is.
Oh, man.
Good morning.
I hear we're talking about Professor Dev.
What?
Yeah,
They did
we were on that topic. Yeah,
They had the cooking show too.
Look who's cooking with pseudoscience.
I've got
No.
I've got something I'd like to share off a video regarding
All right.
Professor Dev.
Yeah, we just have to point out he's not a professor, but yeah, that'd be awesome.
I'll share screen.
I mean, if you look at one specific dictionary in one part, you know, then he would fit that specific definition of a professor.
Yeah, I sure do.
Am I sharing my screen?
You are, sir.
Yeah, sure, mate.
Quick sound check.
No, it was going to become this.
Yeah,
Any sound?
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear sound.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right,
I
listen,
wouldn't say.
listen to this,
the
Luke.
agent.
Mute up.
Yep, listen to this, Luca.
The centerpiece of my life, and that I'd become successful and everything, and that I'd go on to explain dozens of other topics, including topics I know nothing about, but I hire experts in the field to write me the scripts, and then consultants to look at the scripts and look at the finished animations and make sure it's all good, right? I'm not professing to be an expert, honestly, in any academic field, not even chemistry.
So I'll provide my own side. There you go.
Yeah, that kind of tells you everything. The guy knows nothing, and this is why he doesn't debate.
And have you seen his show where he takes this old man down on chemistry shit? Did you see that?
He, de-
Flatzoid?
No, I
he
didn't.
debated
This
Austin.
was so he was so rude to this old man, and the old man was right, and Professor Dave was such an asshole to him, you know.
Yeah, but Professor Dave is an asshole everywhere he goes. He
It's
seems to
really
have that. He seems to have that
extreme.
condescending, narcissist air about him. I mean, even if you look at like when he debated Tour, also Tour's got literally the chemistry
You
line
can't
on there
even.
and ask him to explain it, and Dave's debating there, and he can't tell him what it is. Instead, he insults the whole audience. It's like,
He
what's
has
wrong with you?
like an act to deal with us, you know, like we are all assholes and dumb shits. You know? Yeah, that's Dave, his belief, but we shit on Dave.
But
You
yeah,
sound a little muffled, Michael.
Dave Farina is what you would call an actor.
An actor, yeah, he gets paid for.
So, Luca, why would you listen to an actor when it comes to science and academia? That's really a good question, isn't it? Why would you take their word for it or any of their rebuttals to go with it as like the gospel truth? You know, it is definitely not. It's very biased, and he's trying to paint us in a bad light when there is none to paint. He's lying for basically a lack of a better word.
Luca, maybe
Okay.
see it that way, Luca. When
Yeah, I
when
don't.
you
I
when
don't
you
think
never
he-
heard anything about the round world or your space or anything, and you went outside, would you really come to the conclusion that you are standing on a wobbling ball and there are black holes above you and stories like that? Would you come to that conclusion?
Um. Well, probably not myself. No.
See?
I could make interesting observations after a while there. So maybe
That
I
would
would
be a
come up
good
with it by
start,
myself
Luca.
given enough time.
You come to your own
Trust
conclusions.
your
Not
own things, yeah, and come to your own conclusions.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Don't listen to Professor Dave, please.
I'll
Luke is
listen
funny.
from now on. I'll listen to people that have the proper qualifications to talk about this. Then, like a degree in physics or something like that.
You got to remember that a lot of those physicists they actually have an atheist bias. They have a belief of their own too. That's why they write a lot of their actual physics off for
All
their
of the
religion.
religions are belief there.
And that's oft our biggest enemies, like, because you can't change
Like
them.
every religion is a belief there.
Well, I'm just saying, there's people that are atheists who don't believe there was a creator. All religions have a creator, except
Even
atheism.
atheism is also a
Oh,
belief. Yeah.
yeah,
By
it's a belief, but
by
Atheists
sorry.
believe in nothing.
so it's a belief. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a belief.
There's
Christians
no creator
believe
in.
God,
Yeah,
and
there's no
God
creator
created
in their
the world.
belief, though. You
But
hear what
wait
I'm
a
saying,
minute.
Luca?
If the other day, like 2 days ago, I wanted to say that if God created men or humans in His image, as said, well, pretty much right at the beginning in Genesis 1, then about 6,000 years later, on the just before Noah's Ark, men are evil and he wanted to kill them all.
But Noah's Ark isn't
that
6,000 years later.
doesn't
not quite.
that doesn't put God in a good light.
But look, do you know the story behind that? Do you know the reason why God did that?
People are evil.
No, people are evil now, so why has he not flooded Earth again? You know,
Oh,
there's
very
more
good
to it
point.
than just. I know it says people were like every thought they had were evil and that, but do you not actually know what we're going off and the reason behind why he had to do it?
So why did God flood the earth then?
Read Genesis. It tells you in plain English.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Got a Bible?
Well, I'll look it up on like a.
Have you ever heard of the phrase "the days of Noah"?
The primary. Okay, here it is. Genesis 6.65 states, the Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. That's the primary reason why.
Why God flooded the earth?
That's the reason given in the Bible. Is the widespread wickedness and corruption of humanity. So if God made them in His image, that doesn't look good for God.
No, Luca. Do you know that we live in a fallen world? Were we created with sin?
No.
Exactly.
So it got corrupted somehow.
Yeah, we corrupted. That's the whole thing. It's like when you build a computer and you get a virus.
Yes,
Okay.
we have a lot of viruses.
I guess
You didn't create the virus. You created the computer. The virus corrupted the computer.
Yep.
In order to get rid of the virus, you had to get rid of the computer. It got so bad, basically.
It's like when you put Professor Dave away, you have a little virus away. It was just for you, Luca. Yeah, Luca.
So by letting the pseudoscience and the atheist philosophy into society, it's going to corrupt the hearts of men again.
Yeah, we're in the days of Noah again. And this time it's not going to be a flood because God promised He won't do that. Next time it'll be brimstone.
It's really
and
crazy.
Fire. Yeah.
So I use AI to look that up. So would you agree that you know the quote I read is accurate? Is an actual quote from the Bible?
To an extent, with context.
And I don't know what translation you were reading, so it sounded like NIV or the New English translation. What did it sound like? You could look up the King James. It's a little more specific, I think. It's a less corrupted translation. And if you could read the Hebrew, none of us would understand you. I would be able to understand some of it. Yeah. I do understand Hebrew to a point. My father made me do it.
If you read further on, though, in Genesis 6, it tells you that all flesh were corrupt.
So what Bible is that from? It's from the Old Testament.
Well, no, there's a translation. There's more than one.
The Tanakh in Judaism.
No, that's not a translation. There's several different translations. There's the New International Version. That's a lot of people read that one. That's probably where it came from.
Isn't the Old Testament a translation too?
Yeah, it's translated from Chaldean Hebrew. The Old Testament was written in that language originally, and you can't read it. You're not a Hebrew.
Fair. I don't.
Neither am I. But
yeah.
you could actually learn how to read it. I could basically read some of it and kind of pronounce the words properly, but I get the gist of it. It's hard to read. Let's put it that way. I'm not used to speaking like that. It's like trying to read Japanese or Chinese. I wouldn't be able to read it neither.
If you,
But
Luca, if you look for a guy called Chuck Missler, he does a good teaching on what we're going off and why God flooded Earth. Might be
That's
worth having a look at.
what I'm always telling him. Look into some good videos, you know.
Hold on. Why did God feel the need to destroy all animals too?
no, he didn't.
He did.
Dude.
He said destroy.
Yeah,
He said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the earth, both man and beast and the creeping thing and fowls of the air.
Yeah, but he didn't kill all of them. You understand Noah's Ark, right? Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah.
It's not.
He asked Noah
It's not an
to.
allegory, neither.
If you want to go down this line of thinking like a cruel God, a vengeful God, look, if you want to go down lines of thinking this cruel God, this vengeful God, just wanted to just come up, I'm just going to wipe everybody out. You know? Why then did he build an ark and save some?
Why would you create
save some animals? You know,
such
why
a
did he
creation?
do that?
Noah was his boy, though. You know, his best friend. Something like that, I know. Noah hadn't sinned yet.
Luca, a shit question, a shit answer for you. Babylon is already burning again, you know, with this whole transgender shit, and they're cloning peoples. This is really a sad world getting, you know, a sad world view what people have.
I don't
Mostly.
agree with the. You
And
know,
they don't
I
believe
don't.
in creation anymore, in creator or something like that. Especially the younger generation.
For Matt again, asked a question way earlier. Hold on. I think he asked like if where's heaven and hell. I think that heaven would be convenient if it existed. You know, to reward the good people of the earth and punish the bad. You know,
I'm more
I think it
interested.
would be convenient if it did exist.
What do you think about NASA?
NASA is a trustworthy government agency.
So they make good things or bad things? What is you say?
Well,
They're good for
NASA
us or bad for us?
NASA is good.
It's good.
Well, they've helped that's a good question because they are bad at planning, but that's all.
Really bad at planning. You're right.
It's hard to lie, dude. It really is.
But they made the moon landing so perfect, you know. Look, so perfect.
One shot.
Okay. I know what Awesome Time Matt asked. He asked in Australia which way hell would be or something.
NASA? sorry, repeat NASA.
Yeah.
See, now we're going with the Catholic definition of what hell is, right?
Okay.
Hell would still be down. You know, down is towards the center of the earth. So
What
hell
center?
would be
What center?
the core, the Earth's core.
No.
Oh, you know, there's a core. Look, you've been down
think
there,
anybody's been there.
swimming in the lava.
mainly because
Well-
of seismic waves. We know the rest of the
Luca,
content.
But Luca, doesn't Duffy say that Jesus comes from the core? The crust of the earth is heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, does he?
That's what he says in his rhetoric. Yeah.
Ah,
He thinks that
well-
heaven is the crust of the earth. That's his philosophy. How
Well,
what
I
it is.
thought heaven was supposed to be in the sky.
Yeah, please tell Duffy that.
Those are yeah. The heavens are in the sky, and they're defined in the Bible. They actually tell you how they are. That's why we say
And
there is a
hell would be
biblical
the
cosmology.
lowest part. so since hell is the lowest part, it would be the Earth's core, basically. But that's the lowest part of
That's
what I
something
can
new
think
for
of.
you, Luca. The Russia tried to drill the deepest hole
Yes,
they
but
can
but
get.
but
Do you know how deep they get?
because of seismic waves, we know what other contents
They
is
tried everything
the rest of Earth.
to
We
drill
know what the
deeper,
Earth.
but 8 miles was finished. They
Yeah.
had a barrier there. They couldn't get farther.
Yes.
Yeah, with the same science, they actually
where's
kind
the
of
core?
determined a dome and a stationary Earth with seismic readings.
No, and then
Yeah, they did.
seismic waves are just earthquakes. You know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
What they determine the dome through earthquakes.
Yeah, the rigidity of a dome in Antarctica in 1957. That's what I've been talking about. Like the documents that I had. Yeah, they did figure that out, and that's why they call those stations down there in Antarctica Dome A, Dome B, and Dome C.
That's interesting.
Are you following me?
How would something that happens on Earth determine what's in the sky?
Well, it determined that there actually is a structure there. That's what I'm trying to go with. Like there's a physical barrier, a dome, because it connects to the physical part of this, the world we live in. Yeah.
So the dome is touching the Earth.
At some point, yes.
Yeah, on some point, it must touch when you have a barrier.
They took seismic readings and they determined that there is a rigidity to it.
So it is like a snow globe, I guess.
Well, not a snow globe. It's a pretty big snow globe.
Yeah, big one.
So the heliocentric model seems to like fall apart when you put it to the test, doesn't it?
No.
It doesn't? Okay. So none of the points that we made here tonight have been valid at all.
Yeah, you've made me question some things.
There are people who've been asking these questions for a long time, dude, and they actually went and looked at it. And the old explorers back in the 16th, 17th century actually went and looked at these things, and even up until present day, all the way until the 60s, and they've been testing this out. They've been putting it to the test.
We are here at Flatzoid.
Yeah, you've made me research lots. That's what I can say.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there are people who've done the research already. You can look at their actual experiments and you want to call them experiments.
Well, you can research, but it doesn't help researching if you don't take what you research and put into practice.
Research and then do an experiment of what you research to see if it's correct.
Yeah, if you just research and say, "Oh, I see ChatGPT or Google says this, therefore it's true," it doesn't make it true. You understand? So you can research it all you want. But if you're not going to actually put into practice and say, okay, yeah, this is true or that, no, it's not going to change anything.
Yeah, you research, you find out what they say and how to do the experiment, and then you do it yourself to verify if it's true or not. So, yeah, that's how you do proper research.
And we don't listen to not a Professor Dave spout off stuff he doesn't know about to debunk people who actually went out and done research, right?
I mean, yes, you're correct. Dave is I wouldn't call Dave a professor since there's only one dictionary that says that he is a professor. So I guess if you lived in that country, you could call him a professor. I guess if you lived in that place where the dictionary says he's a professor, then yeah, he's a professor in that place. Because the dictionary says that.
I was just wondering where he did his professorship at. That's what I want to know.
Where I live right now, I wouldn't call him a professor. No.
Yeah, he didn't do any tenure or become a professor at any college. That's what I'm trying to say. That he touts the title as a professor just to get credibility, so he can actually push pseudoscience on everybody and defame people who have done research on their own. And there are other.
Like in my
in a
showing,
in a
look, I believe Flatzoid much more than a professor would teach me some.
Well, the stuff Flatzoid does, he actually does demonstrations for people on a regular. When he
really
makes
good
a claim, he goes out and he'll demonstrate how, let's say, foreshortening works. He'll actually go out and do a demonstration, and he'll publish that demonstration instead of just you're wrong. Yeah, that's because Flatzoid actually is an honest person when it comes to making claims about things. You follow where I'm going, Luca?
Well, yeah, but a professor is a type of teacher. So
yeah,
you could you could say that Professor Dave is a professor because he taught at a university level.
Sorry,
he did 2 weeks or something, I think.
Yeah, he was a substitute, I think, right?
You know, if everybody saw Dave's YouTube channel, they would never allow him to teach anywhere because he's a dick. The way he carries off, they would never hire him as a teacher anywhere.
No.
But I think he left the word professor still in his YouTube because he teaches people, he still teaches people.
What did he teach, man? It sounds like he does rebuttal videos. He doesn't teach people anything. He's not going out teaching people about chemistry, or even that's the field he supposedly went into, which he never finished. But he doesn't teach anybody anything, and obviously he failed as a teacher. That's why he's not doing it now. If he really was passionate about chemistry and learning how chemicals and bonds and gases work, he would actually be in that field teaching it or actually working in that field. But instead, he's on YouTube doing videos making fun of people.
And fun and say they're all assholes and stupid people. That's all what he's claiming to.
So I don't give him any respect because of that. Yeah.
I don't give him any respect. No.
I'm gonna go. Well, I'm gonna go eat. It is 5:30 p.m. where I am right now.
It's 1:30 a.m.
where I am. Later than where you are.
It's 9:30 in the morning, and I had already a discussion with Flatzoid today. Oh, no, it was yesterday.
Yeah, we already streamed 3 hours. Can you believe it?
It was a good night.
So what happened, Flatzoid? Did you get wrong there?
I guess
you see, the thing is, the date was for the 31st, but I never asked him, is it my 31st or their 31st? So tomorrow morning, early up again.
Yeah, because it's the 31st for me right now.
Yeah, me too.
So it's Father's Day where you are.
You're streaming a bit later than you usually do. Yeah, that's true. At the time you usually stream, it would be your 30th and my 31st, if it was the usual time.
Yeah.
That you stream, yeah.
Whole time zone thing.
Yeah, time zone.
How about tilted time zones, Luca? They're tilted at that.
They're wobbling.
Yeah, they're wobbling time zones.
Wobbling time zones.
I'm gonna stretch and eat some food.
Cheers. Yeah. I also got to get ready. Got to go to shops and do stuff. So.
Me too. I have to go
So
out.
It
Luca,
was a
you
great
gotta
chat,
put.
though. It was actually cool having you on, Luca.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I'm always saying. Okay,
Time
it's
flies
like
when you're having fun.
it's
I
like
guess.
a anti-flat Earth talent.
Yeah. Because Michael, Luca's gonna start a new channel, Cooking with Luca.
Flat Earth channel.
I'm gonna make
Flat
a
Earth
new
cooking.
series.
Cooking.
Lucas Cooking Show. Season
Chef
1,
Luca.
episode. Season
Yeah,
1,
Chef Luca.
episode 1. Season 1, episode 1. Udon. Yeah,
Udon.
I'll make udon noodles the first episode.
The dawn
Okay,
of
yeah.
udon. How about that? Does that sound good?
Udon is like $2 where I'm at, so that's very nice.
I mean, actually, in
Are you gonna go-
Australia, there's a lot of history behind a lot of the foods you make. You can always make cultural foods. It'll be quite a cool show.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. I'll get working on that a bit later.
So, Luke, are you going to heat your food up with the sun? I mean, AKA your microwave.
I mean, the microwave is a very close sun.
Don't forget.
I'll see how you get that.
eggs because I need the same too, Luca. No, it's okay.
Okay, cheers, guys. You must have a great day or evening or wherever you are. I'll see you all tonight for an awesome stream.
I gotta
Many,
go to
many
bed.
blessings.